down Main, it's a clear night. Screens glowing blue, got the facts in my headlights. Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. 𝗵𝗃𝗍and 𝗟𝗟𝗃, I'ma read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just try to slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow. Every word cut clean like the rims on the 6-4. From Boston to Brockton, the whispers all hum. Turtleboys riding in the reckoning gon' come. Lally in the back room, 𝗵𝗃𝗍 on the phone. Trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend. Truth got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame, this about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, gliding. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, guys. We just all hold down to the city blocks. We just riding slow, guys.
Welcome to the weekend live show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
Apache Junction, Taunton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stamps, leave your clothes, buddy, and
hey, you a funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a freaking idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. He's more a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody.
You're not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog that.
Let's get this party started.
Yo! What's up, people? How's everyone doing tonight? Good? Good. Excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your fearless host. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you like, up to and including a Timothy Kearney. That's my true crime name. You can call me Journalism Jesus. It's my spiritual name. You can call me, what else you can call me? Turtle Dove, my chat rat name. You can call me Uncle Turtleboy, just Turtleboy. A lot of people just call me Turtleboy, Turts, whatever. You can call me T-Bone or like Dr. Turtleboy is actually my preferred pronoun of choice because of 𝗄𝗏 is a doctor, that I'm definitely a doctor too. You can call me Daddy if you like. For some people, that might be weird. For others, it might be playful, fun, flirtatious, sexy, all of the above, whatever. Okay. You call me different kinds of daddies. Crowd daddy, theater daddy, brow daddy, daytime daddy, drama daddy, formerly drama-free daddy, media daddy, saint daddy, and of course, fridge daddy, because I will fix if If you're female, I'll fix your. I only fix female fridges. I don't do the boys because I used to be one. All right. Any appliance you have in your house, I will fix it. Just gotta shake it. That's my policy. So anyway, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for me if you haven't done so already. And tune in every day, Monday through Friday. We do bus stop lives on here. It's pretty dope. Yeah, Erica, I tweeted the other night that I miss Rob Williams. I was watching the Portland Trailblazers play, and I don't know. Rob Williams is like one of my favorite Celtics of all time. He's only here for like 4 years, but he left a really lasting impression on me. Rob Williams III. He was excellent, and Time Lord, we called him around here. And so I said I miss Rob Williams, and she sends me a text telling me I miss Robin Williams so much too. He was so good in Good Will Hunting. And I'm like, nope, wrong guy. Wrong fucking guy. Okay. But yeah, I was talking about Rob, Time Lord. But I've never heard anyone call Robin Williams Rob. But anyway, yeah, the fake bus stop live. All right, cool. If anybody wants their messages read out loud to the class tonight, you can click the link at the top for Turtle Chat. Or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleboy, and we can do it that way. Also, I keep forgetting to mention this. So, because people keep asking, and just it's really going to upset some people, and that's why we're doing it now, just to upset people. Yes, my Amazon wish list is still up and running. I keep adding new shit. Like I forget shit. I'm like, okay, like coasters is one thing. Like I could use coasters because the coffee table is starting to look like shit. I need to get coasters. Random shit, little handheld vacuum for the sofa because I eat too much on the sofa. I really shouldn't do that, but I do. Little shit like that. So if it's back up and running, all right. I'll tweet it out later on. You guys can, if you want to do it, because a lot of people want to buy me shit. I don't know why, but I'll take it. Anyway, guys. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Yeah. Anyway, it'll come back to me, but yeah, lots going on. I still don't understand the pool. The house came with like a vacuum thing in the pool. You just throw it in there and the thing moves all around. It's a robot. It cleans shit up. But I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with. I forgot all the directions, and I was like, Heritage Pools came here, and they did it for me, and I wish they gave me like a list. And I called there the other day because I'm like, I don't know what to do with my pool. I forgot everything. Like I taped some of it, but I don't even know what to do. So I sent him. I called Heritage Pools in Sutton. And I didn't answer. No one answers. I just left a voicemail. Never heard back from him. So hopefully I hear back from him because I don't know what the hell to do. I took a few videos. But I don't know. Like I can't. I'm not gonna watch. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like how often am I supposed to turn the thing on that does the thing? I don't know. I just want to go swimming in it. And yes, I'm fucking retarded, Jed. You must be new here. And that's the other thing. Okay. Also. My YouTube injury is healing. It's actually getting worse somehow. Believe it or not. Like it's like all my nerve all up here is like fucking hurting. Like this arm is useless now. It's like fucking annoying. But it's funny. Will did a whole thing on it the other day. Somebody said me. I don't think he understands my humor. He's like, oh man. He's like, Aidan's my boy, but that's weak. Something like that. He doesn't understand. It's like a joke. Like the beauty of Turtleboy is like I can crack jokes at myself. Like it's funny. See, Will, the concept of a YouTube injury is in and of itself humorous. See, that's what's funny about it. It's not as funny if I have to explain the joke, right? You're just supposed to like get it the first time. But that's the joke, is that like nobody's ever gotten injured on YouTube. Like YouTube is a non-contact sport. It's not like you're doing like heavy maintenance or anything like that. And that's what makes it funny. Like I'm a comedian. I make jokes and stuff like that. So like, it's like dry humor. Exactly. Like it's like a YouTube. Oh shit. My YouTube injury is acting up. Like it's like a joke. But for real though, like it actually did come from the Stanley. It like this it's just this motion right here. When I go like this, and I'm holding anything with weight on it, that's when it fucking hurts. Just that. And how many times have I fucking gone over here during the show and done this during the fucking show? And the Stanleys are heavy, especially when we put ice in them. Okay. So apparently I thought I was kidding. That's actually what did it. That's actually what caused it. But it's funny. That's what it's funny. I got injured with the fucking Stanley. You get it? That's the joke. It's funny. Anyway, yeah. So I got my ass kicked by a Stanley. He was making a joke of my joke. No, I think he thought I was serious. But we'll see. Anyway, I got workers' comp anyway. All right. What else was I going to say? All right. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, if, the Stanley is a weapon. If I hit you over the head with this fucking thing, you understand what that would do to you? If I just clocked you over, I don't even need a gun. If somebody comes to my house, I'm just fucking throwing this shit at them. They're dead, dude. It is tennis elbow. It's like, and now I know why they call it that, because it's the forearm, the four shot. No, forehand shot. So, you do this thing and not like, that's the exact fucking hurt. That's where it hurts. I don't know. But anyway, all right, let's read some turtle chats if we have any to start us off right. Celtics are up right now. I was going to start the show. I was prepared to start the show late because of the Celtics. But they are just fucking killing them. Oh, they already won 128-96. Series is over. I think it's pretty much a done deal. When we come back here, we win. How many? Who led? Let's see. Pritchard went for 32 points. Fuck. Don't you guys all wish you had a short white guy like Peyton Pritchard? You wish you had him. Late round draft pick too. Awesome. Made the Final Four in college. Like, great guy. 32 points on 6 of 12 for 3. Jason Tatum's back. The league is fucked. They're fucked. The NBA's fucked. They're fucked. Cleveland lost again today. They're struggling now. The Knicks are struggling. Detroit sucks. They're the worst one seed I've ever seen. Orlando, I think Orlando's going to beat them. Like, they're fucked. Like, we should coast to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Thunder are going to coast to the Western Conference Finals. I hate to say it. They're going to coast, especially with Anthony Edwards is out now, and the Nuggets are fucked, and Wemby's hurt. Like, they're going to coast. It's going to be us and the Thunder. We'll be a slight underdog in that one, but it should be a good finals. The last two champions going at it as it should be. And the Red Sox suck. They fired Alex Cora, as you guys might have seen. It's just like, I don't know what to say about the Red Sox. They're the least interesting team I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what else to say. When I was a kid, not even a kid, like a young man, a young lad of my early 20s, we would just spend so much money. And so would the Yankees. We would just both spend so much money. And we get Manny and all, David Ortiz and Pedro and Kurt Schilling. And then they would load up and they would get Gary Sheffield and blah, blah, blah. And then we'd face them in the ALCS. It was fucking awesome. And now it's like, we just suck. We don't spend any money at all. Every good player we get, we lose. Ever since like John Lester and Mookie Betts, we just fucking lose everybody now. We suck. We make the playoffs last year. Oh, cool. We made the playoffs. Awesome. They blow. We need a new owner. I don't know. We suck. But anyway, like the Dodgers do it. Why don't we do what the Dodgers do? I don't get it. Like, that should be us. Anyway, let's read some turtle chat, shall we? All right. We have here. Okay. Terry sent $25 the other day and said, I tried getting on Sex Cult last night. It said I needed to subscribe. I never canceled my subscription. Can you please look into it? So we had a bug. We got a lot of emails about this. We got a bug. We are spending a lot of time working through it. It should all be fixed shortly, if it's not already. If you have any issues with Turtle Club, please email turtlepods@gmail.com, and Laura from London will help you out, navigate you through that. She's my customer service specialist. She's awesome. I froze again. I got to have it in a new window. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't freeze again. Yeah, she's my customer service specialist. So please feel free to email her and she'll take care of that for you. I apologize. All right, next. Jody sent $25 and says, please don't read out loud. I don't know how else to get in touch with you. I tried to message you on Twitter and couldn't. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is this is a very sad story. And I tweeted about it earlier and I kind of want to share this. So, because I did the same thing with Crystal Clemente, when she passed. And it's very sad when an Alec Hall a couple of years ago, like it's very sad when, you know, people who are big time supporters of yours pass away. You don't know them that well, but you feel like you know them. You know what I mean? And like, you really just want to pay their respect because they've been so respectful of you when they were here. So there was a woman by the name of Gina Lorusso. And let me see where. Yeah. So really sad story. So she was driving on. I'll show you her picture. So Gina was driving on in Shrewsbury on April 23rd, which was 3 days ago, I think. And she got in a car accident and died. Horrible. And she fosters a lot of dogs. And so the dog escaped and the dog was missing until yesterday when the dog was found in a fucking pond. Like there's a dramatic video of the dog. Look at this. Look at this video. Where'd it go?
Austin, good boy. Good boy, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Oh, good boy.
Good boy. Come on, buddy. You're here. Holy fucking shit. Come here, your boy. Your brother's right over here. Oh my fucking God. Thank you, God. Austin.
Now, how
good
crazy
boy.
is that?
Good boy, buddy. Come.
I mean, is that not the craziest story you've ever heard? The dog lived. The dog ran away and was found in Grafton in a pond. Okay. And so it's just, here's the, you know, I want to share something about Gina real quick. Okay. Cause she deserves this. So, in 2015, okay. Hold on. Where did this all go? Stop it again. So I used to have all local advertisers on my website. That's how I used to pay the bills. When I first started doing this in 2014, I quit my job and I started knocking on doors and calling local business. I used to take the local newspaper, right? And I would go and see whoever's advertising on there and I would contact them. And I would say, hey, because I know that they have money to spend. And so I would contact them and I would say, I'm running this website called turtleboysports.com. And most of the time they knew about it because it was getting kind of popular in Worcester. And, you know, you were just in advertising and here's my numbers, here's the rates, blah, 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 blah. I had a whole little pitch. And so I would get like $300 a month from these local advertisers. And if I could get 20 of them on there, then I could make a living doing this. That was my goal, right? At one of these businesses, I was contacted one day by a woman by the name of Gina Lorusso. And she's like, I want to have, like, I manager, I forget what she did at this place called Benny's Cafe. It was like a little blue collar bar and pub, bar restaurant in Worcester. And, you know, we'd like to advertise on there. And so I put them on there. So I had like 20 advertisers and they were one of them, Benny's Cafe. And in 2015, that's when cancel culture started with me. And everybody would so people don't like me sometimes. Not everybody likes me. And so they contacted, they would start harassing local business, my advertisers and say, do you support this racism? Do you support this sexism? He called this person a cunt. He did this, he did that. All the shit you're seeing now from these losers that are trying to stop me, it's been done before. Like, I just want to fast forward to the point where they lose because they always lose. Okay. They always lose. And so, but they've done this before. Okay. And Benny's Cafe is one of the places they tried to fucking bully. Now, some of them gave in. Some of these businesses were like, yeah, we don't want to deal with the phone calls. This is just too much. We can't do it anymore, etc. Then they contacted Benny. So they were on their list. And Gina, I guess she's like in charge. She was in charge of their social media. And let's see if we have it here. Hold on. There it is. So yeah, they are. So this guy, here's one guy like writing about, I don't even remember. I've had so many enemies over the years. I can't even remember them all. This enemy was named Dan Collins. So he had Turtleboy derangement syndrome before it was clinically diagnosed. Asking anyone reading this, okay, this former teacher has gone too far. Boycott his sponsors with me. Call them and let them know why you're not doing business with them. And then he would list them all out: Smokestack Barbecue, Pepe's Restaurant, okay, blah, blah, blah. And so she wrote this kick-ass letter that I've shared on, that she wrote an email back to him that she shared with me. And I'm writing you in response to your effort to boycott the sponsors on Turtleboy. First, if you don't like what they blog about, don't read it. Novel idea, novel concept. The fact is, Turtleboy gets a lot of traffic on their site. The traffic includes people who agree with Turtleboy's views as well as those who don't. Either way, the sponsors benefit. The sponsors don't necessarily agree with Turtleboy. They advertise to increase business in their establishments. We're in business to make money. It doesn't matter from where our customers originate. Turtleboy is certainly a controversial blog, but they're getting page views from both sides, which equates to the sponsors receiving more traffic on their sites and new customers. The fact that you're trying to boycott the sponsors on their site just shows your level of maturity. You're doing the exact opposite thing that you're chastising Turtleboy for. What makes your actions any different than Turtleboy posting something that you don't agree with? You're knowingly and purposely screwing with the livelihood of quite a few people. By trying to boycott a sponsor, you're affecting the employees that work at these establishments. These employees don't have anything to do with where and whom their employers choose to advertise. These people rely on the business that Turtleboy's readers bring to the sponsors. In addition, the sponsors are small business owners in and around Worcester. Small businesses struggle enough by having to compete with the big chain stores and restaurants, as well as the challenges they face on a daily basis with taxes, insurance, etc. Again, we're in the business to make money, and typically a small business can't afford to lose customers when they're simply trying to make a living. The girl you're defending is no saint. She actually portrayed herself as the opposite, in my opinion, and deserved to be called out on some of the things she's posted online. The fact that she's condoning people blocking traffic and delaying an ambulance getting through 𝗀𝗄𝗏 Square speaks volumes about the kind of person she is. Once you post something online, it's out there for the world to see. Nothing is private in the land of social media, and someone is going to jump on their high horse and call out other people racist. Then she needs to have thick skin to deal with the backlash of her comments. You said you, quote, creep around social media sites and come up with something as nonsensical as dehumanizing as this shit. Would I? No. Why? Integrity. Integrity? You're not showing much integrity by trying to ruin other people's lives and businesses. You think calling the sponsors because you don't like the blog is immoral, is moral and ethical? That's the epitome of hypocrisy right there. If you don't like or agree with Turtleboy, don't read it. You're more offended by the blog on Sam whoever than she is. She's a big girl. She can fight her own battles. You really should put your efforts into something that matters instead of trying to ruin someone's life or business. Again, if you don't like Turtleboy, don't read it. But please leave the sponsors out of it. So that was pretty kick-ass that she wrote that. So, yeah, she was a real one. She was cool. I didn't know her very well. I mean, I'm not going to be up here and be like she's my best friend or anything like that. But she was very supportive. She supported the Karen Reed movement. Like she's been following this shit. That's like 2014, 2015, that Benny's Cafe. Benny's Cafe stayed with me longer than any advertiser I ever had. And I still love them. So, sorry to her family, but I'm glad Austin the dog came back, and that's great. That's great. So, but it's nothing new. And she just stood up to them. That's the Turtleboy spirit. Crystal was the same way. She was the same way with these people. She didn't put up with that shit. She was great. So it's really sad when you lose a real one like that, and it's just a big loss. So I'm sorry to her family once again. But all right. Next, we have Benjamin sends $25 and says, Turtleboy, I'm a former critic. How about that? Now a big fan. First time donating. I fully support your mission and want the truth about John O'Keefe to come out. I believe you will lead that change. XO Ben Burns, Slam and B on Twitter. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Ben. It's never too late to change your opinion. I can win people over. You know, once they get to know me, no, this guy's not as bad as it sounds. Like, it's all fake. All this shit about me that he's a bad guy. He does this. When you actually like look into the accusations against me, there's an explanation for everything. Oh, he urged someone to kill themselves. First of all, that guy was weaponing suicide and telling me that he was going to kill himself just to prove a point. And then he said he was kidding after that. You missed that whole freaking part, didn't you? Right? But you played the part where I'm like, oh yeah, do it. You won't, you always play that part. They're just, all of the digs on me are dishonest. Am I perfect? No, God, no, far from it. Right. Get myself in all sorts of shit. Right. But at the end of the day, I'm like an 8 out of 10 when it comes to like, not that bad, like, yeah, nobody's a 10 out of 10, maybe some people, but I'm like an 8 out of 10. Okay. And like, I do good things like 8 out of 10 times. Right. Then 2 out of 10, I'm a little naughty. But besides that, it's pretty good. That's a pretty good percentage. It's better than just being a piece of shit all the time, like Jim Altman. Like, she's a 1 out of 10. Like, people like her suck. They're just useless dregs on society. Dregs. But all right, so thanks for that. Yes, and I went check out my interview with the Sparkly Rabbit. That was a nice little powwow we had there. Really enjoyed my time talking to her and spreading the good word and just having a nice discussion. It's all people are. But what else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. It was something about Ben's thing that got me thinking. He said, former critic, now big fan, first time donating. Oh, yeah. Oh, so yeah. So here's the deal. Okay. We have to have a serious conversation here. Okay. Because this pissed me off, right? Because Rocco pissed me off today, but I don't want to talk about him. I just want to talk about something he said, right? About, like, let me see if I can find it, okay? Because I'm going to be reminded. It got me going. All right. Okay, this one. All right. So out of nowhere, Will has been sharing. Yesterday, he went on this tirade where he's back on Twitter for like the 5 millionth time, by the way. This is like check out his newest handle. I can't even keep track. But he's been going around doing this funny thing about the shoe. If you guys don't get the inside joke, he was very obsessed with John O'Keefe's shoe. He thought it was the wrong color and that there was evidence of some type of tomfoolery. And he insisted he was right about the shoe. It's like a joke. But he's serious about it, but it's also a joke. And anyway, he went on and made like 1 million shoe jokes yesterday. And like, this was the joke he made. He said that one time Karen Reed and Turtleboy joined forces to celebrate the fact that I was right about the shoe. I mean, that's pretty funny. Okay. That's funny. Like, everybody has a good laugh laughing about that. Everybody thinks it's funny. It's cute. It's humorous. He's like making light. That's witty. That was witty. Okay. That's very witty. And then out of nowhere, Rocco comes in and is like, the band is back together, quote unquote. So that's what people were saying about me and Karen, like the band's back together. And, that picture of us together is like, signifies that we're uniting in whatever against a common enemy, whatever. It's all symbolic. It's all like raising spirits. Like, that's all it is. I think that's a good thing. And for whatever reason, this upset Nick very much, the idea of us getting back together. And he says, the band is back together, quote. He's like, the band, and it's one person spinning in circles. So that's me. I'm the guy in the circles. And I saw this and I'm like, whatever. Whatever. He's just being petty. And it's just, let him be petty. Okay. Let him be petty. Let him be butthurt. All right. And it's just because the idea of Karen Reed and me kind of putting the band back together, he considered, like, he's threatened by that for whatever reason, because he thinks he kind of owns Karen Reed. Like, that. It's like, I'm the guy. I'm on the Reed files, which I announced 6 months ago was going to launch any day now and hasn't fucking started ever. I'm that guy. And I have exclusive access to Alan and Karen that no one else has, but also I'm not the spokesperson. Also, not at all. I just have exclusive access on this channel that you should all go and subscribe to. And I put out PR things of Karen. They send me things to post and I post them, but I'm not the PR spokesperson. No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about. And here's some really vague fortune cookie posts that are clearly about Turtleboy without saying the name Turtleboy, but everyone knows about it. But like, I'm going to play dumb and it's not about Turtleboy. Totally not. We all know what Nick's deal is now. Okay. We don't need to relive that. My only retort to this one, when I saw this, all I wanted to say was like, bro, you are like this close to having a secret handshake with Julie Carpenter. Like that you're one tweet away from having a secret handshake with Julie Carpenter. Like that's the road you're headed down. I've seen this before. You have early onset Turtleboy derangement syndrome. Like you're not completely there yet, but you're getting close. And so like a guy, it's like, what am I going to say? This guy was a fan. Like I met Nick the first time I ever met Nick. I was leaving my daughter's cheer competition at Foxwoods, actually, and I was going towards the parking lot. And he's like, "Hey, Turtleboy," and I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, I'm Nick. Nice to meet you. Big fan." "Okay, cool. Nice to meet you, man." It was like a few weeks before the Karen Reed story, and then the Karen Reed story happened, and I built this audience up, and he got involved with the fundraising aspect of it off of the audience that I built, and whatever. Okay. But like, so whatever reason, he decided last night he's going to choose violence and do this. And I just not even responding. Okay. I don't give a shit, whatever. Like everybody else kind of shit on him for him. Anyway. I love this one. Somebody's like, "What are you?" And this is just playing dumb. It's like, "Oh, you're one of those people that thinks I'm her spokesperson." "Oh yeah. I wonder what that is, pal." Totally not. Anyway. So somebody responds to that and goes, "There was only one person who started that I was her spokesperson. You think what I posted is a slap in the face to free Karen Reed, but someone calling her a cunt and telling her to get a job isn't a slap in the face." So he's still mad about this. He's still mad. Karen Reed's over it a long time ago, but he's still mad about this for whatever reason. Okay. It's like, okay, bro, we get it. You're very offended, right? Okay. We got it. You're going to defend her. We got it. Okay. I'm sure she really appreciates that. Good job. Okay. And somebody goes, "Yes, and you refuse to accept that. You're not her PR. Well, her PR has been atrocious, blah, blah, blah." I don't even care. I don't even want to get into that. And then, but this is the part that annoyed me. He goes, "The numbers don't lie. Somebody teach this kid your and your. Can we not, Nick? There's an apostrophe there, bro. You are. Okay. You are, sir. The numbers don't lie. You're right. He made tons of money and even bought a house." She had to sell her house and has no income. Okay. Well, I wish Karen Reed the best, and I'm sure she'll have great things coming in her future. It's very unfortunate that she had to sell her house. It's not right. She should never have been put in that situation. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible what she's been through. Okay. And no human being should ever have to be subject to anything like that. I'm Team Karen Reed, 1000%. Okay. But as for the whole, she had to sell her house and has no income. I don't know what you want me to do about that. I'm not the reason she doesn't have an income, bro. I don't know is that my fault? What are you talking about? If I try, like, I'm down to help, whatever, like I'm here to help, whatever you need. But Nick, you're the guy. You're the PR guy. You might not claim it, but so why aren't you helping her out? Why aren't you getting her work? Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you monetizing the Read Files channel? Like, what are you doing? I thought like you guys got free advertising on the Rotten Mangoes channel, right? She built up that channel. She's like, "Yo, go subscribe to the Read channels." It's like, so now would be the time to like do something, make content, something, right? Get some content on there, get it monetized. Like you got to be retarded not to make money on YouTube these days. Every Twisted Tragedies makes money on YouTube. Everybody makes money on YouTube. You got Karen Reed and Alan Jackson and the Rotten Mango fucking giving you free advertising. And you can't make money off of that? What the fuck's wrong with you, boy? Get your shit together. Jesus Christ. I thought you were a fundraiser. Come on. Be better than that. And so then he's like, I'm like, he's like, "The numbers don't lie. You're right. He made tons of money, even bought a house. Oh, dear Lord, not a house. You mean like a thing with like a roof and bedrooms and shit? Oh, God forbid I live in a fucking house. Would you prefer I live in a tent? Where else am I supposed to live but a house? Would it be better if it was an apartment or a condo? Would a condo do? Am I living too large by living in a house, sir? And I was like, bro, not all of us won $1 million on a scratch ticket, because he did. And he's like, but I had a property before that. Okay, but you still won $1 million on a scratch ticket. But the government took 2/3 of that. Okay, but you still got 1/3 of $1 million. That's a lot of money, okay? Not all of us get on a scratch ticket. So I'm back like, you know what I mean? Congratulations, bro. You bought a bunch of scratchers. You're great. Good job. You're very talented. You're very talented. And then you took that money and you invested it. We're all very fucking impressed. Very impressed. Okay. So anyway, my whole thing with this, and the part that annoyed me though, was when he said he made tons of money and even bought a house. So I want to be very clear about this. So I cannot wait for the day when I get to make money and then keep it. That's going to be awesome. I don't know what that feels like, because ever since October 11th, 2023, I make money and then I got to give it away, all of it. And it all goes to lawyers. Okay. I have spent, no exaggeration whatsoever, $750,000 on legal expenses and rising. And I'm not even close to done yet. Not even close. $750,000. And people are like, somebody was like, but it's just, how do you only have that for a witness imitation charge? It's technically none of them were witnesses in the second trial. So I suppose that is witness imitation, but the charge you're looking for, sir, is witness intimidation. That's what they charged me with. And the problem is that they don't treat me like somebody who's being charged with witness intimidation. Okay. They treat me like somebody who killed 20 people, right? That's the treatment I get. Like, I don't get my phones back. Brian Walsh got his phones back the day after they took them. I haven't gotten them back. I can't even read my phone extraction because it's not compatible with my computer. Everyone else in the world has my phone extraction. I don't. Okay. So I wish I was exaggerating that number. I'm not. I got a new lawyer. I'm going to be making an announcement probably tomorrow about who that person is. I've signed the agreement, but it's expensive. Okay. So I'll just be honest with you. Like, a lot of people were like, Wayne Dennison. You guys were like, you guys should hire, like, people like the name went, we spoke with Wayne Dennison. Okay. You guys heard of him before? He was Johnny Depp's lawyer at, I didn't get him. He was Johnny Depp's lawyer at the, at his Amber Heard thing. Okay. So he gave us a quote. Guess what his quote was? What he wanted down. Like, this is what he wanted: down payment, a retainer. Guess how much he wanted? Guess. I'll tell you right now. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, Dennison is a great attorney, no doubt about it. And he's a Massachusetts attorney too. 50,000, 100,000, 750,000, 100,000. Okay, how about $3 million? That's what he wanted. He wanted $3 million. That's what he wanted from me. $3 million. Okay. And that was a retainer that he would bill on hourly. Okay. So that was the end of that conversation. $3 million. So that's like, that's what you're looking at for attorneys for getting sued for defamation. Like, this is extremely expensive. I was begging to get sued all along because I just was looking forward to the fight. You know what I mean? I like the fight. I want to beat these people in court, and I am going to beat them in court, but it's expensive. Okay. It's extremely expensive. And, I'm also fighting for my life with criminal charges. I have a whole bunch of felonies coming up, a big motion to dismiss coming up, etc. So we have welcome new member, Melanie. Great to see, and so it's like, well, I don't have $3 million, obviously. And so we ended up getting a guy. It was cheaper than that, but you can't just get some schmo attorney on this either. It was very hard to find an attorney that was skilled in the First Amendment, because this is when you start looking for lawyers, you very rarely see lawyers who are like defamation attorneys on my side. All the people that are like bragging about, oh, we do defamation cases, they're always they're on the plaintiff's side. They're the ones suing you for defamation. Like those are the defamation attorneys. They're like, we got a big judgment against the Boston Globe and the Boston. Okay, cool. Well, I am the Boston Globe in this case. I am the person getting sued. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what Afro Man's attorney cost, but I bet you he was expensive because Afro Man's probably rich, you know? And so anyway, we'll see. So it's expensive. So yeah, and you don't want to know the money I paid yesterday. Like just having it's a lot, man. And just like if you, I'm not going to say the number what I paid yesterday, right? But like it's like you've been saving and saving and saving and saving and working hard, and you know, you feel like you're earning it and building up your subscriber base and monetizing it, and things are going well. And then boom, fucking bill comes. And it's like, boom, gone. Everything's gone. Like it's just gone. All the money's gone. Just like that. It's just gone. It's done. All the money's gone. So imagine that. You've been saving. Like, it's crazy, man. This is crazy. And so we need a massive fundraising effort. That's what we need, right? Because this is going to be a fucking fight. This is like a Karen Reed style fight from the first trial. Like, you know, we've raised, I think on my Give and Go, 336,000, something like that. We're having a big fundraiser on May 17th. Okay. From 12 to 12, again, big crew of guests so far committed. We got, Melanie's going to come on. Nurse Kim's on a cruise. She said she's going to try to come on though, but I wouldn't expect that from her. Jimmy will be there. I got to speak with David Yannetti. He's a maybe. The Matas are a probably. Runkle said he'll come on. Larry Foreman's going to be in Norway. He can't make it. Andrew Burkhart's going to come on. Maz is going to come on. The Baker obviously is going to be there. We can't have it without Broken Baker. Emily C's coming on. Samantha Benigno's coming on. Loophole Lawyer will be there. The brothers Radner, at least one of them is committed so far. Hopefully we get both of them. Jess Machado will be there. Billy Bush is going to be there. Nick Rekieta is a maybe right now. Hopefully we get him on there. Rebecca and Mel, we're going to have them on. Brandy Churchill is a maybe. Maga Barbie's going to be there. Mike Bryant's a maybe. Linda Kenny Biden's coming on. Donna Bowling? Donna. It's so hard because it looks like Dana, but she'll be there. I'm going to have Ray from Dallas's attorney is going to come on. Amy Amelia is going to be there. And maybe we'll have Ray, you know, maybe we'll have Danny from the Charrettes. All right. I got to start. I want to, and all sorts of boots on the ground people. That's who I love. Can't have it without the boots on the ground people. Okay. That goes without saying. So, you know, Tom DeRozier, I want the purple Kool-Aid man there. I want them all. Okay. And so we're going to have the most epic fundraiser ever. Okay. 12 to 12 on May 17th. I said the goal of 50,000. I'd like to crush that. Okay. Cause that's like a good drop in a bucket. That's real nice. 50,000 would be real nice. But you know, this is like fucking crazy. The numbers I'm looking at right now for the first time, I'm like, you know, not worried, but like, yo, like I thought I had a lot of money saved up. And it's just gone, dude. Gone. Like I'd be so rich if it wasn't for fucking legal shit. If I didn't have these charges, people are like, oh, he's swimming in money. Yeah, I should be. I should be rich. I should be upper middle class, like easily, right? But I'm not because of all this shit. So it's just crazy. So I want to have the most epic fundraiser ever. And we need to start organizing more shit. Like when we were doing Karen Reed shit, it was like, you know, we're doing giveaways every other week and stuff for like, I remember Meredith's stupid cat fundraiser raised like 33 grand or some shit like that. Right. Just shit like that. Right. Get the raffle off dinners, right. With Turtleboy, come to Chili's with me, like all sorts of shit. So we need to start really pushing the pedal on this one, etc. Howie. I don't know about Howie. Howie can come on if he wants. But I don't know if he's into this anymore. I don't know. Yeah, the happy half birthday for the cats episode. That raised like 33 grand or some shit. Rocco to raise some money. He can't even raise her for Karen. So, you know, hopefully he does. But anyway, so that just annoyed me when he said that the numbers don't lie. He made tons of money, even bought a house. Like, that annoyed me because I wish. Yes, I have a house, as most people do, because I like food and shelter. Okay. And I also buy food. I go to the grocery store. I don't really go there. I pick it up. I order on the app. Walmart, they bring it out to your car. So you don't actually go grocery shopping, but you know, we'll figure out something. So anyway, we just need to really push hard. So that's going to be coming soon. But okay, yeah. Plus I have kids. Yeah, I got 2 kids and they cost money and shit. Cost a lot of money, those kids. Okay. All right, next. Cal sends $10 and goes, did you just nickname yourself T-Bone? Okay, George Costanza. We already have a T-Bone. No. Yeah, it was a T-Bone. We already have a T-Bone. Can't have 2 T-Bones. Sounds like he runs a pretty tight ship over there. Coco the ape. Or no, what was he? Coco the monkey? I forget what he called him. Anyway, I love Kruger. Next. Didn't she have a grandmother named Coco or something? Oh, I love Seinfeld. It's just the best. All right, next. It's sunny in Naples. Beth sends $20, goes, shout out to Laura and Rob for getting my Turtleboy membership up and running in record time. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Free Turtleboy. Yes. Thank you. My web guy, Rob, and Laura from London. They're doing God's work. So thank you so much. I know it's been difficult, but it's a work in progress. We're working out the kinks. Okay. Next, Farrah Brennan sends $5, goes, I emailed you on the 23rd about pool care. I did AI and gave you documents that'll help you on a daily, weekly, and monthly checklist. Hope this helps. It does. Thank you very much, Farrah. I appreciate that very much. Next, we have here Andrea sends $5, goes, acupuncture cured my tennis elbow. Highly recommend. Go Celtics. Yes, go Celts. Appreciate that. Not so much the Bruins. They suck, but we'll see. Sleepless Sleuth Shade sends $10 and goes, I had tennis elbow so bad that nothing helped. I tried combining acupuncture and TENS units for tennis elbow. Look into this. It was the physical therapist that suggested this would, and it was effective. It's non-invasive, drug-free approach to reduce pain, increase blood flow. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much. K-Dog sends $10, goes, is it me or is Nan's boyfriend the doppelganger for Jathan Broyles? Her boyfriend, Steve, posted a photo of them together on his Twitter page, and I was shocked to find out it wasn't Jathan. Yeah, Nan, is there any bigger loser on earth than, imagine like being like, oh, I have a girlfriend. Oh, who is it? Oh, Nan. Oh my God. I can't, these guys are all going to be in Ratchet Madness next year. I'm so glad we can stop pretending that. Oh, I'm so glad. Nan is an ugly person on the inside. These people are just really mean and gross and ugly. And she came at Kelly Reed of all people recently, and that didn't go well for her. The entire internet turned on her, including James Jackson. James Jackson said quite enough of Nan Gallagher's bullshit. And so, I mean, I can't get over what a pathetic loser she is. You know, imagine having to pay $500 just to get people to talk about you, because that's what she did. She was $500 here, $500 there, just to build her own brand. And at the end of the day, everyone figured out exactly who she was. A fat chick who thinks a mean girl. Like now it's nothing against fat chicks either, but she's like, again, she was fat 10 minutes ago. All right. And when you look at her, you're like, she was better looking when she was fat. Cause like she got her with exercise and diet. You know what that means. And so her skin is like all shriveled up. There's like, I can't even imagine. I don't even want to think of what she looks like under, right? It makes her look so old because she was so fat. Like she looked so much younger when she was fat. She should go back to being fat because she's going through like her whole, like for the first time in her life, she's a skinny girl. Okay. And so she's like, thinks like, oh, I'm skinny. Well, what do skinny girls do? I'm going to be a huge slut. And so she's dresses like a huge slut all the time. Like she's like going out to the club and she's like 19 years old, right? And she's like, oh, I'm going to get a boyfriend. And Steve's like, oh, I'm the boy. When I met this guy at North Shore Nacho, he's like, I'm Steve. I'm Nan's man. It's like, oh, bro. Dude, you know how many guys in FKR have been inside that? All of them. Like the whole crew. The whole crew smash. Like, I don't know if James Jackson banged her. It's none of my business. But what do you, maybe, probably, I don't know. Like she wouldn't say no. Put it this way, if I saw what you looked like, Steve. Okay. James Jackson's much more attractive than you. All right. And younger. If James Jackson wanted to bang Nan, he could. Like, and he could do it with his eyes closed. It would be no effort whatsoever. James Jackson could 1000% fuck Nan Gallagher whenever he wants to do it. There's a whole, like, Will could fuck her. Like, I could list a whole bunch of people who could fuck Nan if they wanted to. How do I know this? Because I've seen Steve. I met Steve. Right? If Steve can fuck Nan, she will fuck anyone. And I was with her that first night. She's a very flirtatious woman. Because again, for the first time in her life, she's skinny. She's not fat for the first time in her life. So she's doing her whole like, ooh, I'm a skinny girl. I'm going to slut it up and put on these fucking weird leather pants or like, these hookah boots and whatever. Because this is what skinny girls are supposed to do, right? This is like, she's trying to be a skinny girl so bad, but she's not because she's never been a skinny. So she's her whole life when she was fat, she was like thinking like, I can't wait to be a skinny girl so I can just get rid of my husband and slut it up, but it didn't work out because she looks like 10 years older because of that. So we watched her whole stupid speech and it was so bad. And again, ask Nick Rocco what it was like that night. Nick knows better than anyone what a nut job she is. Everybody knows. Meredith was saying it. They were all saying it, right? I wasn't even there. I heard about it. I saw it afterwards. I'm like, oh my God. She said that she was the keynote speaker. I was invited to be the keynote speaker. Bitch, no one wants to hear you talk. No one here. You're a nasty, nasty looking. Again, you are just a, never. We don't even need to go there. You're a loser. No one likes you. Everybody's laughing at you. Your kids are ashamed of you. By the way, Steve, your girlfriend there, she has something called a husband. I don't know if you're aware of that. She's married. Like she calls someone else her husband legally, right? And your blood. This is my girlfriend. Oh yeah, my girlfriend's got a husband. Oh, okay, good job. Anyway, that's that. I mean, Will knows. Like that night, March 4th, Will, I was out with us, and it was me, you, Meredith, and Lauren. Okay, and I assumed you were gonna fuck her when you got back there. I didn't. I was hoping you wouldn't because that was a little gross, but like. Just the vibes that I was getting from her in there was just like couldn't wait. She was like so invigorated by this new attention she was getting from the free Karen Reed movement and like having money. So she gets like attention and shit like that. And she was just kind of like slutting it up, like loving it. And this is a little, put your kids to bed. When a woman is going out to the bar and she's just hunting for dick. She was on the hunt. When you just talk to a woman, you're like, oh, this woman's on the hunt for dick tonight. She was just fucking hunting for dick. And I'm like, anybody who wants JFK could smash. Fuck, 𝗵𝗵𝗃 could smash. I swear, 𝗵𝗵𝗃, do it. You can fuck 𝗵𝗵𝗃. You're out there. I don't know if you have a girlfriend or wife. You could fuck Nan Gallagher. Steve, New Hampshire dude, whatever there. He'll watch. He'll definitely watch. I will guarantee you that. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Okay. Diane G sends $25. Goes, Turtlehead, is the pool water clear, but maybe the bottom needs more vacuuming? Yes. No, I mean, I vacuumed it pretty good. It's pretty clear, but we'll see. Joshua sends $10. Goes, do I like you as a journalist? Yes. Would I be friends with you as a person? I don't know. I've never met you. Do I respect your journalism? Yes. You already answered that one. Are you controversial? Absolutely. Is journalism criminal? Fuck no. Okay. Wasn't sure where you were going with that, but thank you, Josh. Meadow sends $10. Goes, shout out to Blue Bird Tattoo in Hanover. Check out Missy Blue's pet portraits. Okay. Hanover, Pennsylvania. I will. So I decided I have no tattoos. I don't know if I'm going through like a midlife crisis or something, but I want a tattoo. And I've decided I'm going to get a tattoo. I don't know when I'm going to get it, but I want to get it soon. And ironically, I want to get it on this forearm. But I got to think of something like symbolic, right? Because what's the point of having a tattoo that nobody sees, right? If you I could go like Colin Albert, get like the family crest on my tit, but like, whatever. I guess you could get one right here on the neck. People would see that. What's the point of having a tattoo? Like a lot of girls get them on their backside, on the whatever. Okay. I don't know. I kind of want a tattoo. I think they look cool. I like them on the right forearm. So I might do that. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but obviously turtle, we'll see. So if you have any ideas for tattoos, I'm going to go right forearm first. Okay. Let me know. My Stanley arm is going to get one. Don't do it. Why not? Why the fuck not? Everybody gets a tattoo. And I probably won't stop at one. Who's being on? Yeah, I could get the barcode right here. I could get the QR code. The QR. Oh, imagine I got the QR code for like my YouTube channel or something like that. Could we do that? Now I'm thinking the QR code for frame 2. We get that right here. Okay, etc. I like that. I like that a lot. But you couldn't get the barcode on the arm. But I want to put something, either kids shit, something, or kid shit, Turtleboy shit. I don't know, whatever, both. Something incorporated, something cool that like takes up the whole arm and goes like right to the wrist, like to right here. Like that's what you want. That would be cool. All right. Anyway, next, daddy. Oh, she's got daddy. But that could fade away. Like the whole daddy phase, that could be like a phase I'm in right now. 10 years from now, I might look at this. R.I.P. baby Clay. No, I'm not doing that. 10 years from now, I could look back on this and say, oh man, I remember I used to say daddy, that's cringe. That could be one of those things in 10 years from now you look back on and you're like, yeah, that's, you want something that you're going to like forever, not that you're like going through a phase. Cause that's like kind of a joke right now. The daddy thing, I would expect the daddy thing's probably going to die out after a few years. You know what I mean? That thing will get old and then we'll come up with something new, funny that I say. And then I'm like, oh, I got fucking daddy stuck on my arm forever, whatever. All right. Anyway, next. FKR. So I'm like, FKR is forever. That's true. The FKR movement defined me for quite some time, and it's going to be part of my life forever. So that could definitely be it. All right, next. Next witness sends $10, goes, might I suggest, since you can't access your phone extraction on your current computer, add whatever computer will read it to the Amazon wish list. It's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Ironically, I'm not even talking about her. Not even mention her, like the computer that I bought. Not even going to mention her. We're not mentioning her at all ever again. My policy has always been, when she stops, I stop. That's it. I'm a counterpuncher. For all I know, she has stopped. And that's all I ever wanted. Okay. So I'm done. I'm done. You will not hear me talking about her. Done. It's over. It was litigated in court. Tie goes to the turtle. It's over. Done. Next. Okay. Let's see. Christy sends $5 and goes, hey, Turtle, as far as guests for your fundraiser, you got to have Lucky. I think people will love that. I'll try. I would love to get Lucky on. But, I don't know. And I'll tell you one person who I've really come around on a lot, and is that Boozy Beauty girl. She's really good. The more I read her content, and I'm sorry I ever said anything negative about her. And I don't even know her first name. I've met her before. And I did kind of like I said something negative about her once, I think, but I look back on that and it was kind of influenced by somebody else, but like her shit on like TikTok and Twitter, I highly recommend following her, is like top notch, like fucking well-researched, smart, like really well done shit. And, So I highly recommend following her. And I deeply regret ever saying anything negative about her because she's very talented. She's a very talented person. So, yeah, check out her content because you go to her shit and it's like, man, this is good shit. Like when you read posts and you're like, man, it's like it reminds me of 𝗬𝗃𝗍𝗶𝗃, except with a TikTok, So anyway, that's that. Next, Turtle supporter since $20 goes, always behind you, Aidan. You will never stop our support of you. Well, I appreciate that, Turtle support. I appreciate that. Oh, and the other thing I liked about Boozy Beauty was that, like, even though I crapped on her, I think once I crapped on her, maybe twice. Okay. What I liked about her is she didn't go full-fledged Turtleboy derangement syndrome. You know what I mean? She just kept on chugging along. You know what I mean? And just proves that, like, it's not the fucking, like, these people that act like, oh my God, he attacked me. He ruined my life because he said something negative about me. And how will I ever fucking recover from this? And now I have to go and befriend all the bad guys and all that. Nope. She just kept on chugging. She just ignored it and she just kept on chugging. And I find that admirable, if that makes sense. All right, next. Mag sends $5, goes, I don't feel like you need to read out loud, but if you end up needing to add additional legal counseling to your team. Okay, thank you. I'll check that out. Appreciate that. Next, Jordan, and I'll read that later. Jordan sends $50 and goes, I posted a picture on Twitter about the comment about your audience being on SSDI. I have cancer and explain the hardship of SSDI. Who said that? Was that Nan that said that? Those losers told me not to donate. Well, too bad for them. My husband has a great job and he knows how much I support Turtleboy. #TeamCancer. Wait a minute. You have cancer. See, that's funny. That's funny. This person just gave me $50. They have cancer and they're using the #TeamCancer because that's something I said that people pretended to be so offended by, even though, my mother died of cancer. So, like, I can say that, it's like if you're black with the N word, like if your mom died of cancer, you can do a joke about #TeamCancer. That's like, you're kind of grandfathered in with that one. All right. So, yeah. Okay. I appreciate that. And good sense of humor there, Jordan. Felix sends $5, goes, Mad Stork 83 told me about your program. I love it. Great tenacity, doctor. What the hell's my program? Okay. Amanda sends $10, goes, I like the show better on Sunday evenings. It's a good way to unwind the week. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Whew. Okay. All right, next. And I like it more on Sundays too. Bury the ratchet, not the hatchet, sends $5. It goes, this defamation suit is as stupid as people from Flat Earth Society suing NASA for saying the Earth is round. That is the perfect analogy, isn't it? It's like the people from the Flat Earth Society. Kyrie Irving's going to sue NASA for saying the Earth is round. That's brilliant. Couple things too I thought of, right? I'm gonna show you this. Now, hold on. Where'd it go? There's one. So I found this interesting. I was watching Melanie's the other day. Everybody should watch Melanie's 20 hours of her breakdown of my whole thing because it is amazing. All right, check this out. All right, so check this out. All right, so it says In coordination with Reed and at her behest, Kearney spread elaborate and false narratives about the plaintiffs because doing so attracted attention, personal notoriety, and a buying audience. Okay. So first of all, in coordination with Reed and at her behest, he spread elaborate and false narratives about the plaintiffs. The whole premise of this lawsuit, the more I think about it, is so insane because they are literally, I mean, good luck proving this. They're literally saying that Karen Reed, this is their theory. This is how their brain works. Karen Reed, they think, killed John O'Keefe, and she knows she killed John O'Keefe. That's how retarded these people are, that she knows she did it. And that she wanted someone out there to help her spread her lies about this, right? But she couldn't find anyone. She couldn't find anyone unethical enough to do that. And then she's like, well, let's try Turtleboy. He doesn't care about anything. And they contacted me and they said, hey, here's the deal. I killed John O'Keefe, right? But I don't want to go to jail. And I need someone out there to start a PR campaign for me that has like a large audience. And they have to be like I need somebody that's like, doesn't give a shit, like that, like doesn't care or has no morals or ethics. And you're that guy. Like you will say that I'm innocent and that other people did it because even though you know I did it, because you have no ethics. That is quite literally their theory. Is that Karen knows she did it, and I know that she did it, but we're saying fuck it anyway because we like this other story more because we can sell more memberships this way. This is what they're saying. We could sell more merch. Like this is their theory. This is crazy. That good luck proving this. And it goes on to say, he deliberately stokes social anxiety, not social anxiety, and political discord, not political discord. Oh no, we all have to get along politically in his listeners because distrust in government and cultural tribalism motivates those listeners to buy his products. Okay, so first of all, to actually write in a filing that I am guilty of causing people to distrust in government is one of the most Orwellian things I've ever seen in my life. Like, oh no, heavens forbid we distrust the government. Oh, goodness gracious. Could you believe what would happen if people started thinking for themselves and distrusting the government? Oh my good Lord. Whatever would we do? It's almost, imagine like living in a country where your founding fathers, the people who started the country, literally the foundation of the nation was distrusting the government and being distrustful of too much government power. It's literally what this country is built on, you fucking morons. Distrusting the government. It's the most healthy thing you could do is not trust the government. Doesn't mean everything's a government conspiracy, but it's healthy to distrust the government. Okay? And either way, what they're saying right here is that this is political. Like what I'm doing is political. That he's urging people to petition the government. And if you guys look up what anti-SLAPP is, right? There's a lot of talk about anti-SLAPP out there right now, right? Anti-SLAPP, Massachusetts. Okay. There's no AI for that? AI mode. Okay. Massachusetts anti-SLAPP law protects individuals from meritless strategic lawsuits against public participation. These lawsuits are typically intended to silence or intimidate people from exercising their constitutional right to petition the government. So you can get a lawsuit dismissed real easily if you if you can convince the court that the purpose of the lawsuit is to stop you from petitioning the government. Okay? And then what do these dumbasses put in their fucking filing? What do they accuse me of doing? Petitioning the government. Literally, they make the anti-SLAPP argument for me. They're like, Your Honor, he's trying to get people to petition the government and not trust them. It's like, oh, so I didn't even think of that. You're literally making the anti-SLAPP argument for us. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. We want people to distrust the government. We want people to, and what they're doing by making this argument, by putting paragraph 78 in there, they're no longer like, Your Honor, his target's not the 𝗵𝗵𝗻𝗺s. His target is the government. His target is the government, right? Distrust. He's trying to get people not to trust the government. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Yes. That's why I held a protest outside of Michael Morrissey's office. That's why I urged people to run for DA. That's why we held protests on the courthouse steps, because the courthouse is the government, and Auntie Bev works for the government, and Adam Lally and Hank Brennan work for the government. All these people work for the government, and Michael Proctor and Brian Tolley. Who do they work for? Oh yeah, the government. They all work for the government. And so we are quite literally, you're right. You're right. This lawsuit is not about the 𝗵𝗵𝗻𝗺s. This lawsuit is about the government protecting the 𝗵𝗵𝗻𝗺s. See what I'm saying? Yes, that's exactly our issue. Fuck the 𝗵𝗵𝗻𝗺s. The 𝗵𝗵𝗻𝗺s aren't the problem. The problem is the 𝗵𝗵𝗻𝗺s are protected. That's the whole point. That's the point we've been making since day one, is that the government is protecting the 𝗵𝗵𝗻𝗺s. The government is protecting Colin Albert. The government is protecting Jennifer McCabe. And the government is protecting two government workers by the name of Brian Albert and Brian Higgins. The government is protecting them. Brian Tully's protecting them. Michael Proctor's protecting them. Michael Morrissey's protecting them. David Traub's protecting them. All of them are protecting them. Helena Rafferty's protecting them. The government. Helena Rafferty making that speech in front of the Canton Select Board, which they included in their lawsuit on August 8th, 2023. She's the government. She works for the government. And she is out here simping for Jennifer McCabe for some reason. She's the problem. Jennifer McCabe is just a lowlife. Okay? The government is out here protecting her. Thank you. That's why we're all out here. Fuck Jennifer McCabe. Fuck Colin Albert. Fuck Brian Albert. Fuck Brian Higgins. Who cares about them? Right? They all suck. They're bad people. They did bad things. They lied. Okay? We all know what they did. But all bad guys lie. They all lie. Everybody who commits a crime says they didn't do it. They all lie, right? But the government is supposed to investigate them. And Chris Albert works for the government. Exactly. He runs the police department. He's in charge of it. So, like, bad guys are always going to say they didn't do anything. But you can't trust them. So the government is supposed to go in your home and then check things out and be like, well, we need to take a look around. The government didn't do that. The government never did that. And that is why we're mad. We are petitioning the government, right? When we went to Jennifer McCabe's home during the rally, right? What were we doing there? What was the purpose of that, right? The purpose of that was to get the government to arrest Jennifer McCabe, okay? To let the government know that we know what Jennifer McCabe did, and we want them. We know Jennifer McCabe's not going to arrest herself, right? We don't want that to happen. She can't do that. Only the government can arrest Jennifer McCabe. We want the government to do that. We demand that they do that, actually. We're out here. That's why we ended the rolling rally at the Canton Police Department, because that was symbolic. They're supposed to do that, and they weren't. So anyway, that's that. Next. Okay, Linda sends $5 and goes, hey, Doc, just know if you get a tattoo, you won't be able to stop at one. That's fine. I started with a tiny one on my wrist, and now I have 2 full sleeves. My back is all done. I'll never be a back tattoo guy. Nah. And I've started on the bottom half of my body, start with the assumption. Yeah, I mean, I want it to be seen. Like, I don't get not being seen. Like, I want to be seen with a short sleeve shirt on. You know what I mean? Like with this on. What, like, if I get it on the back, what's the point of that? I go to the beach, you see it, right here. And the second one I would do right here. Left side of the neck. Something like that. But we can deal with that later. All right, next. Read some cash apps. God damn. Okay. Tara sends $10, goes, top fundraiser, Dono, choose the tat. $10,000 minimum. No, I'm not selling my own tats. We're not auctioning off my tats. Okay, thanks. Carrie sends $5 and goes, tattoo of the Stanley. Next. Yeah, true. Let's see. Barry Lewis sends $24.90. It goes, hey, Doc, deploy Turtle Chat platform for CCs. You mean for content creators? Maybe so, Barry. We'll see. Callie sends $5, goes, do the Fighting Irish for a tattoo. I could do that because I will like Notre Dame forever. That's true. Rebecca sends $5 and goes, have you learned nothing? You're going to fuck your right arm. Okay. You're a downer, Rebecca. Okay. Thanks for the $5. Jeez. Marie sent Sparkly Rabbit sends $25 and goes, for the great interview Thursday. You don't got to pay me for that, Marie, but I appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Sparkly Rabbit. Very kind of you. Melissa sends $5 and goes, host Jess and Kayla. Machado? I mean, of course. Yeah. Kayla who? Am I missing something? Okay, thanks. All right. Anyway, if you guys want to have your messages read, click at the link at the top for cash at the bottom now, or cash at me $$ @UncleTurtleboy, and we can do it that way. All right. Good audience here. So Kyle Sharkey and Emily C have been doing the Foia and find out, Foia around and Fi out. They've been doing that thing, raising money for it. And I'm loving it because they are fucking killing it with these Foias. And here's the thing. So they got a whole bunch of shit, right? With their most recent Foia. And you might have seen Kyle Sharkey, who you should all follow on Twitter. He's a great follow. He Foias everything. And I've invited him on here before to come on because I want to interview him. I'm like, I want to know more about you, bro. Where are you from? Like, is your name really Kyle Sharkey? And like, how'd you get so good at this? And he was like, no, I'm all set. He's just like, and that's the kind of guy I like because he's not in it for the notoriety. He just likes doing it. It's just fun for him. He doesn't want to be famous from this. He just likes doing his Foia and find out, you know? And so he did a big ass Foia. He got like 3,500 emails and he started posting them. And I'm like, wait a minute. I keep seeing these emails and I'm like, I have that email. I have that email. I have that email. I've had these emails for months. I've had them since July. And we can't share them because they're impounded. Remember Doolin ruled against our motion to unimpound? We were going to take him to unimpound town, you know? Yeah. He ruled against the motion to unimpound. And so I've seen all these and I can't share them. How gay is that? I mean, this is how stupid this rush to impound everything is. It's like, it's all out there, bro. All of it. Like they just impound anything that involves me. They're like, impound it. You might show it on the show. Who cares? It's public, you know? So like, for instance, you've seen all these emails that you've seen from like, Julie Crasilio and Meg McCabe. It just says Julie and Meg, and people don't know who they are. Julie Crasilio and Meg McCabe and Mike McCabe, those three. Between the first and second trials, you have no idea how many emails they sent. They sent, and they're all about me. or Karen Reed. They sent so many emails to the DA's office telling them how to convict Karen Reed. Like, you got to point out this, you got to say this, you got to say this. Like, they thought they were like, Lally, you're doing it wrong. Listen to us. We know what we're talking about. This is how you convict her. And every time I would do my show, they would just take shit and send it in and be like, you gotta lock him up. Why isn't he saying, like, why aren't you revoking his bail? Why aren't you doing this? They just felt so emboldened. So who are these bitches? So 𝗬𝗄𝗄 𝗵𝗂𝗃 is she is the sister of 𝗬𝗄𝗃 𝗵𝗂𝗃. 𝗬𝗃 𝗵𝗂𝗃 is the individual who decided it would be a good idea to procreate with Tim Albert, the youngest of the McAlberts, who used to have a pool, his claim to fame in life. And Julie is Lisa's sister. So she's barely a McAlbert. She's like McAlbert adjacent. But she really cares for some reason. And like, she got so involved when I got Lindsay's phone extraction, she was heavily involved in that. Like, she sent Lindsay $100 the day I got, the day that I went to jail. And I would call that like a bribe, basically. I mean, it seemed like to me. And she also was one of the people who, she's the driver who picked up Jennifer McCabe and Lindsay on March 6th or whatever it was, and used her as like a shield and followed me around to the Medfield police, to the Dedham police, etc. And it's like, bro, she's just nuts, this person. I don't even know who she is, but she's obsessed with me. And she went by Angel Kate on Facebook a long time ago. And also, so there was her, and then there's Megan McCabe, who testified against me in my trial. She's Matt's fat sister there. And then there's Mike McCabe, who's Matt's other brother. Matt's got 4 siblings, as far as I know. Sean McCabe, who's a winner. Colin McCabe, who he's a real peach. Meg McCabe and Mike McCabe. And Mike McCabe's that's his business partner. And so Mike McCabe sends tons of emails too. All these guys send so many emails. And Matt McCabe has sent emails too. So I've seen all these, all I'm saying is, wait till you see Krusty's email to the FBI. That's the one I can't wait till come out. You got to read Krusty's email to the FBI. It's too good. It's too good. But maybe somebody can Foia that, because I'm sure it's publicly available, but for some reason I can't share it. But you got to read it. It's one of the funniest things I've ever read. The lengths I knew these people were obsessed with me, but when you see it in writing, it's just fantastic. So let's go over this. You got 3,500 pages of emails. Let's pull them up. All right. So David Traub is the Norfolk County DA. He's like their Baghdad Bob, basically. Thought you might want to see for yourself. So she sends us to 𝗃𝗏, Fanning, and 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗃 an NBC media request about Karen and John O'Keefe. This is June of 2022. This is 10 months before I write about this. And there's a guy named Dorian Geiger. I thought this was interesting. And he sends this email that Traub then forwards to 𝗃𝗏, Fanning, and 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗃. And this is right after Karen is arrested for the second time and charged with murder. Thank you, David. To Traub, I just spoke with Reed's lawyer, David Yannetti. He's accusing Norfolk County prosecutors and Boston police of a massive conspiracy and an apparent cover-up in order to shield other off-duty BPD officers who were allegedly on scene at the time of O'Keefe's death. I'm attaching screenshots of this correspondence. Please formally respond to these allegations if you're able to. And I don't know why they came out like this, but O'Keefe booked and paid before his death. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And in this other email that he writes to them, it says, can you please confirm that Miss Reed has been released on a $100,000 bail? Okay. And he goes, I hope this message finds you. My name is Dorian Geiger, a national crime reporter for NBC Universal's Oxygen.com in New York. We connected in February when I was writing a story about Karen Reed, who has since been indicted. Okay. And he's asking all these questions. And then David Traub takes that email and he sends it to those guys. And David Procopio from the Mass State Police, he's there. Yes, man. He goes, FYI below, you may hear from this writer. So they're very worried about like immediate, like this. I found this fascinating because this shows that like, no, people were onto this before me. And whatever happened to Dorian Geiger? That's my question for Dorian. Like, where'd you go, bro? So I went and checked out his Twitter. And like this guy was onto this shit before anyone else, and then he just never followed up. And I go, and he's talking about Lebanon and the Pentagon and all this shit. And bro, you're getting no interaction. None. He's got 2,000 followers. So like, what happened, man? I thought that was interesting. Like this guy was on this shit before everyone else. And it just, and it shows he was talking to David Yannetti. So that means David Yannetti was like working the media. And what does that show you? What does that show you? That they were looking, they were hoping that somebody would come along and tell the truth about this because everyone was letting them down. And he's got this reporter here who's like taking an interest in it. And then he just drops the ball. And then Turtleboy comes along and everything's changed. That's one thing that both sides are in agreement with. Is that I changed everything. Now what the truth about what happened is that no one was paying attention to this injustice until I got involved. And then I spread awareness about it because it's outrageous. Their hilarious version of the story is that no one was paying attention to any of this because there was no conspiracy and that I just lied about it. Like that's their retarded theory, which makes no sense whatsoever. But anyway, back to the emails. All right. So then we have here in October of 2022. Wish this went in the right order. All right. This is Allison Hines, who works for the government, to Brian Tully. No luck on this so far since 𝗧𝘃𝗺 is down. Okay. Adam Lally to Brian Tully says, attached, please find the defendant's motion for the circumstances of Proctor's assignment to the investigation, which are really more a set of interrogatories, just so you know precisely what information questions he's filed. Thanks, Adam. Okay. And I've seen this motion before, but they want to know, what about Proctor? Why was he on the job? Who did he know? Which representative of the state police assigned when Massachusetts State Police Trooper Michael Proctor to lead or participate, investigate the matter? What day and time was Proctor assigned to participate? In what manner was the State Police Trooper Michael Proctor first informed that he was assigned to participate? When Proctor was assigned to participate in the investigation, did Trooper Proctor notify anyone within his department that Proctor has personal relationships with at least some of the witnesses, including the homeowner on whose property the body was found? So that all these questions about Proctor, okay? And this filed in September of 2022, long before I got involved, okay? So they're on it. And then Lally sends an email to Tully with an omnibus. Okay, does he answer these? Let's see. How about this? Another thing he filed. They didn't have the 911 calls. This is in October of 2022. They still don't have the 911 calls. Crime scene photographs. They don't have those. Including February 4th, including the metadata associated with the photographs and videos. That was the day that Chief 𝗵𝗂𝗺𝗧 found 𝗕𝗏𝗧. I wonder what they would want that. Photographs of all physical evidence collected. All communications between law enforcement agents and any of the witnesses, but including but not limited to blah, blah, blah. Communications between Proctor and any of the witnesses. Yeah, how come we didn't get those? Oh, they kind of went through his sister, didn't they? Yeah. Kenny 𝗵𝗂𝗺𝗧 and any of the witnesses. Tully and any of the witnesses. All right. Exhibits presented to the grand jury. All ring surveillance video stored on Mr. O'Keefe's devices. Yeah, how about that? Any receipts obtained from the Waterfall Grill. Identification of the unnamed female witness described as one of Brian Albert Jr.'s girlfriends who was present at the Albert's residence on January 29th. At the grand jury, Brian Higgins testified that Brian Albert Jr. was at home with two girlfriends that night celebrating his birthday. One of the girls was subsequently identified as Julie Nagel. The other was never named. And we all know who that is, the human elephant there, 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃, Sarah Levinson. Sarah Levinson wasn't even named, like they did not even know who she was. Who is this other person that was there? And also for Higgins, who was the tall, dark guy? Who was the tall guy that walked into the house? Who was that? We talked. He's going to have to be deposed about that. In my case, we're going to have a lot of questions about that tall guy that walked into the house. A lot of questions about that. Next. All right. What else do we have here? Lally to Kevin O'Hara. Kevin O'Hara writes on January 10th, 2023, in response to this, CERT did not take any photos of the items recovered. Thank you. Respectfully. I'll tell you one thing about O'Hara. He was one of the only honest cops up there. That guy never lied. He did not lie. He's a conehead, an egghead, but he didn't lie. He had his shit down. He knew exactly what time every trooper got there from the CERT team. He could name them all. Like, he knew that shit inside and out. Like, I was impressed by how quickly he came up with that shit. And he also testified that 3 unknown guys showed up, and then the taillight was found, and Tully was there too. So, like, we don't know who, he did not know who they were. Just unknown guys showed up and started helping out. He doesn't know who the first person to say, Eureka, I found taillight was. He doesn't know. And he's honest with, he's like, yeah, we didn't take any photos. Fuck photos. Tully told us to just get out of there. And he goes, he testified that they offered to come back the next day. And that Tully was like, nah, we're good. We don't need you. We'll send 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 there. He'll find more taillight. 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃's on it. All right. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 to Tully. Let's see. On April 12th, 2023, this is when Alan Jackson files his gigantic affidavit, the Rule 17. Elizabeth Little sends it to them asking for all that shit. The Rule 17 motion for Brian Alberts, they want that all. This is the motion that got my attention. And this is ultimately my ultimate defense in the lawsuit. It's like, dude, everything I learned about the Karen Reed case came from this motion, not from Karen Reed, from this publicly filed motion filled with evidence, exhibits, etc. Oh, God. What is this? What? I'm on some website. Somebody just messaged me and goes, I noticed someone added you to this site. It's a site for licensed massage therapists to spread awareness about creeps in the area. I reported it on your behalf, explaining your profession and situation with high-profile cases. What? So I guess there's some website called 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗃, and I'm like listed on there for emotional abuse, physical abuse, stalking, rape, harassment, sexual harassment, pedophilia, and sexual assault. Unbelievable, huh? Thanks. But hopefully, I don't know what that is. Anyway, back to this. So this is ultimately like where I learned it all from. This gigantic 94-page, I believe it was, affidavit. I mean, that did it all. Filled with like exhibits, and we don't need to read this all, but yeah, Exhibit A. I mean, here it was. All the pictures of the proctors, Brian and Nicole. Exhibit D. This is what did it for me, was this whole thing. Why do they redact so much? Like, we haven't seen this already. The gray key. Exhibit J. The McAlbert house. How long to die in cold. $227. Obviously. All the police reports from the Canton police. So that's what most of this is. Okay. The Tim Albert post. I stand by my family 100%. You don't fuck with them. You do, and I won't hesitate to make you the most miserable person. It's a promise. October 16th, he posted that. Okay. Okay. Look at all this shit. Richard Green's affidavit. Yeah, how long to die in cold, right? Right there. 2:27 and 40 seconds. Boom, done. Anyway, let's get through all this. We've already seen all this. Okay. All right, more emails. All right, Michael Morrissey to Brian Tully and David Traub. He loves forwarding shit. He never writes like whole emails. Does he? All right, and he says, so he's forwarding something from Lally to Morrissey that says, thank you. Oh, 𝗪𝗂𝗃 𝗵𝗃. Okay. June 8th, 2023. So, timeline on 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗵𝗃. April 18th, I read my article. Blows up. How long to die in cold? So, April 12th, Alan Jackson files affidavit saying how long to die in cold, 227. April 18th, I write story confirming that, talking about that. April 20th, the DA's office puts out a press release saying, we have someone who says this never happened, and stay tuned. Check it out. But they don't make contact with 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗵𝗃 until May 5th. So how did they know they were going to find somebody to dispute this? And I've got the emails. Okay. Tully reaches out to 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗵𝗃 and says, here's what we think happened. Database, wall files, blah, 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 blah. And 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗵𝗃 goes, I agree with that assessment. That'll be $400 an hour, please. So basically, Tully tells her, this is what we think happened, AKA, this is what we want you to say. And she's like, just put money in the machine, baby. I got you. I got you. How could they know on April 20th when they issued a press release that they were going to dispute this? How could they know? How could they know what 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗵𝗃 would end up saying? How could they know that? All right. And so it says here in this email, 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗵𝗃 to Brian Tully on June 8th. As an update, Alan Jackson called and left me another voicemail yesterday requesting I schedule a time to speak. I have not responded. Why wouldn't he respond? Why wouldn't she respond to that? You're an expert. Why is she say she's telling them, hey, the defense wants to talk to me, but I only talk to you guys. Why? Why won't you talk to both? Huh? Why don't you talk to them? Why? Why are you not responding to them? And yeah, like, what are you doing? And also, like, please don't blow up the World Trade Center. Thank you. Thank you very much, 𝗪𝗃. I appreciate that. Next, Brian Tully on, let's see, as a follow-up, we submitted an invoice. Okay. Yes, we will have an invoice to you by Monday. The DA's office is working on payments before July 1st. Can you submit an invoice for the work you've done so far? I'm sure we will be hitting you up for more, but would like to pay as much as we can in this fiscal year. So they find her on May 5th. They tell her what she wants to say. They tell her what they want her, they need her to say. She says $400 an hour, please. Okay, cool. 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗧𝘂𝗍 writes an email back, all caps, saying, hire her. You got to see these emails. He writes an email back saying, hire her. And so she's hired. And then now they're talking a couple weeks later. They're like, yeah, okay, we're going to pay you whatever you want. Just, yeah. And then on June 6th, she's like, yo, the defense is contacting me too. I'm going to ignore them. No, she didn't even get May the 4th. No, she was not even May the 4th. It was like May the 5th. Cinco de Mayo. It doesn't, so she couldn't even have that witty thing up there. On the 25th, Tully tells her, hi, 𝗪𝗃. Thanks for the heads up. I spoke with 𝗟𝗟. He offers the same advice he does with all witnesses. You are free to talk with anyone you want and remind you that you are not obligated to speak to them. But again, up to you. But she's like, why won't you talk to them, 𝗪𝗃 Hyde? Why won't you talk to the defense? Why won't you talk to them? And she's like, hi, I received the following voicemail. Hi, miss, this is Alan Jackson, along with Eliza Little calling. We briefly spoke yesterday. I'm representing Karen Reed. I think we had indicated that we would try to connect today. I know you had kind of a busy day. When you get this, would you mind giving me a shout back? I'll be available probably till 7 p.m. Eastern time before I get on a plane and head back to LA. We shouldn't need more than 10 minutes of your time. Just wanted to ask a couple questions about your report and chat with you a little bit about that. So I look forward to chatting with you. Thanks again. Bye-bye. And then she says about that voicemail, this is highly unusual. Should I respond that any case discussions should be arranged with the Norfolk DA's office? That will require me calling him to say, as there was no email provided, or should I not respond? If he has questions, a deposition is the appropriate venue. This whore, this fucking whore, that's what she is. She's not a witness. No, she's not a witness or an expert. She's a whore. That's what she is. She's a paid whore. That's what she is. She's like, well, they're paying. I'm not like, she's an expert, right? So she's like, you want to share your expertise. You want the truth out there, right? So why won't you talk to the other side? Why are you only talking to this side? 𝗪𝗏 was willing to talk to anyone, but only one side wanted to talk to 𝗪𝗏. But she's like, oh, and she's telling them, she's like reporting into, I've never seen this before. She's reporting into Tully saying like, hey, like these guys are contacting me, but this is highly unusual that, you know, they'd want it. This seems inappropriate. And Tully's like, no, it's not inappropriate. You could talk to them. Tully literally tells her, no, you can talk to them if you want. And but she's like trying to be, no, I'm good. See, I only talk to you guys. I'm a good witness. See, keep paying me money. This piece of shit towel head whore. That's what she is. Fuck 𝗪𝗃 Hyde. Fuck her. That fake Muslim piece of shit. That's what she is. What are you, like, seriously, what's with the hair? You're white. Your name is Jessica Hyde, okay? Not fucking Muhammad. You're Jessica Hyde. You're the whitest girl ever. Ever. You're not Muslim. Stop it. Can we talk about that? You look fucking ridiculous, right? Like, this isn't fucking Homeland. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, that's the best they could find? A white girl named Jessica Hyde cosplaying like a Muslim? Is that what we're doing here? And that's your biggest fucking expert that you can find? Making weird, unfunny dad jokes about fucking Star Wars? That's what you're doing? That's the best that you could find? Seriously, she's Jewish? She's an Orthodox Jew. So she's going for the Fiddler on the Roof look? Is that what she's doing? Either way, whatever the fuck she's doing, it's fake. It's not real. I fucking hate Jessica Hyde. I hate her so much more now. I did not know. This is my first time seeing these emails. I didn't know prep for this show. I like to do it dry like you guys. Like to go in dry and then get wet. Okay? Get in there, stick it in, and then we go wet. We're getting wet now. Okay? And Jessica Hyde, when I'm reading these emails, is like basically like, what a piece of shit. Like she's trying to kiss up to Tully and be like, see, they want to talk to me, but I'm only talking to you guys. I'm your whore. Don't worry, Tully. And Tully's like, you can be their whore too. You can whore it up with them. I don't care. She's like, no. I just want to be with you guys. But we don't need you to be with us. You're a whore. You can fuck anyone you want. Anyone you want. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. She's a former Marine. Oh. No wonder we haven't won since World War II. Jesus Christ. All right, back to this. They are an aggressive bunch, she says. Wow. Oh, that's what Tully wrote that. Thank you for the heads up. Oh my God. Brian, the defensive attorney called me telling me to read that he read my report and asking to speak. I said I couldn't, that I was headed to a meeting. He said he would have his associate email schedule. Was surprised they would call. Oh my God. And of course she has she, her in the bio. Should I call her? No, they'll call that witness intimidation. Back in the day, I would just call her right now and just ask her, but we don't need to fuck around with that. All right, next. 𝗶𝗂𝗺 on May 9th sends Tully, Proctor, and Lally an email saying, please see the attached log report generated by Barros from January 29th. This was the seizure of the Lexus from her parents' house. Barros did a stellar job documenting the event. I commended him to the chief of police in Dayton. It did a stellar, you mean you commended him? Commanded him? He did a stellar job. Yes, he did do a stellar job. We all agree on that, motherfucker. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Oh, here's Barros's report. Wait a minute. This was on May 9th, he writes this report, 2023. In Barros' report, he says, what time does he say he towed the car? Does it say? The vehicle had damage to the right rear taillight. Damage. They like that line. But how much damage is the question? We all agree there was damage because we saw it hit John's car, didn't we? Huh. I don't see a time of the tow, though. Why did they keep that part out? Huh. All right, this is May 10th. All right, nothing there. This is May 9th, 2023. This is Tully, sends to Dick Wolanski. Says, we are waiting on a report from Trooper Paul regarding the Karen Reed case. Could see if Trooper Paul could finalize the report. I know that he spoke with Lally recently, and Trooper Paul wanted to make sure he had all the information. Why don't they have a report yet? It's a year and a half almost after John O'Keefe died, and they don't have a goddamn report. We have Miss Reed's SUV and evidence. Her attorneys indicate that she's still paying lease payments on the vehicle. Okay. Whatever. But why hadn't Tully done? Why hadn't Joseph Paul done anything? I mean, it just did. It just did. I was hanging out last night at this bar in Holden, actually. I had a social night last night, and I was down there, and this guy Donald LaRange was down there, and Donnie is a Worcester cop who's been on the job for almost 40 years. Great guy, huge Turtleboy, Glairer, and Karen Reed supporter. Okay. And he was at the Wilbur and all this stuff. And we were yucking it up last night talking about this. And he's just like, the way he would laugh is like, fucking, he goes, so he's been a Worcester cop for like 40 years. He's like, if we brought any of this shit to Joe Early, because Joe Early is the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, who I'm not a fan of, but he's like, if we brought any of this shit to Joe Early, if we brought a case like this to Joe Early, he would have looked at us and said, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? This is embarrassing. I can't bring this in front. Like, that's what a lot of DAs would do with a case like this. They would look at this shit and they'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this case? Embarrass myself? I'm going to bring this in front of a freaking jury and lose? No, do fucking better. Like, it just did. That's what you got. It just fucking did. Like, he was like, Joe, he's like, if we brought this to Joe Early, he would have told us, he would have reamed us out and told us to get the fuck out of here. Like, this is, and that's the truth. Any district attorney with like any sort of like shame or embarrassment would, if their people, if their police came to them, their state police came to them and were like, here's the evidence, go prosecute this case, they would look at that and they would say, I am not prosecuting this. This is humiliating for me. I'm going to get, my pants are going to be down. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? And it's like, yes, that is the appropriate reaction from a DA. If this case was brought to them, would be like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? The fuck out. Like, I'm not bringing this in because Michael Morrissey just has no shame. He's just like, it's like he has no idea how he has become an international joke, an international fucking joke. Cases like this don't go to trial. Exactly. That's what I was saying. I'm like, this can't go to trial. And they're like, he's trying to stop it from going to trial. Yeah, because it's fucking ridiculous. But I'll take it because I made a shit ton of fucking money off the trial that then went all to my fucking lawyers and the Better Children fucking college fund. That's where I went to. Right. And the Brado College college fucking fund. That's where it goes to. But yeah, I did. The trial. Yeah, I did well for that. But this shouldn't go to trial. This is outrageous. Outrageous. Anyway, back to this. More emails. Gerald Collins, let's see. Thanks for the update. Okay, so this is an email from Tully, who's got his hands in fucking everything, doesn't he? And he says here, good morning. I want to keep you updated on the progress of the Karen Reed case. We're gathering everything needed for the May 25th evidentiary hearing. We have retained an outside digital expert to review the phone data of Jennifer McCabe and support Trooper Guarino's finding that the Google search of how someone died and cold occurred at 6:30, not at 2:35 as the defense alleges. Listen to what he writes here. Okay? This. No. We have retained an outside digital expert to review the phone data of Jennifer McCabe and support Trooper Guarino's findings. Not we have hired a an expert to look into the defense's allegations, to look into Rick Green's report. No, that is not what we hired defense. That's not what we hired an expert to do. We hired an expert to support Trooper Guarino's filings. So we literally hired an expert to come up with the conclusion that Guarino had. That's what we hired them for. Are you kidding me? They're not even hiding it. With the help of Major 𝗵𝗵𝗃, the lab is rushing the processing of John O'Keefe's sweatshirt. When we obtained the sweatshirt at the hospital, only a quick examination was conducted before it was placed into evidence. 𝗵𝗃 did not see any large tears or evidence of a dog bite. What? A quick we conducted before it was placed in evidence, but Sergeant. So you placed it in evidence over a year before this, but you didn't see any large tears or evidence of dog bite. What about those fucking small holes, those puncture holes all around the fucking sleeve? What about those? What? And keep in mind, this is before Trooper Paul has issued his report. So they don't even know what to say about the scratches on the arm yet. They don't know yet because Trooper Paul hasn't issued a fucking report. It's been 15 months and he hasn't issued a report. So how do they, so they don't even have an explanation for the cuts on his arm. The defense is saying dog. They don't even know their answer is going to be tail light. They don't even know because they don't have an answer yet. They're like, I don't know what did it. Well, just ask Trooper Paul, see what he says. He's like, the tail light did it. It was the tail light in the conservatory with Mr. Green. Yes. All right. A close examination by the lab will hopefully yield vehicle paint or plastic. Hopefully. Like they're looking for a fucking outcome ahead of time. This is not a search for the truth. This is search for confirmation. So that they didn't fuck shit up. Like this is literally telling, oh my God, dude. This is outrageous. Outrageous. You understand what happened here? A close examination by the lab will hopefully yield vehicle plastic or paint. Yes, this will hopefully yield the lie that we've gone with. That's what it will hopefully do. The lab produced criminalistics report regarding the pieces of taillight recovered from the scene. The finding in the report is the pieces fit together and fit into the remainder of the taillight that was removed from Miss Reed's vehicle after it was seized. Yes, because it was planted. Agreed. The taint team process of Miss Reed's phone is moving along. Chris Kelly's team at the AGO, at the Attorney General's office, has the data and is working on it. When he has removed the privileged material, it goes to Attorney Yannetti before it gets to us. I would bet Yannetti will stall on approving it. But luckily, we are back in court in a few weeks to make an argument to the judge. Oh, my God. Okay. Mike Proctor was served by the defense to appear at the 5/25 motion hearing. I'm making sure he has spam legal representation. Luckily, there was no worry about that. This is how I knew shit was corrupt. I was so excited for the May 25th evidentiary hearing, and it was canceled on May 24th. The day before, Auntie Bev is like, actually, we're going to have you guys in there. And she just goes, there's not going to be an evidentiary hearing. She just bailed them out. And I'm like, oh, this bitch is corrupt as fuck, huh? Okay, I see how things are. What's this? I can't believe that email. That email is outrageous. Oh, boy. Oh, look at this. Here's Turtleboy. He's entered the chat. May 16th, David Procopio from the state police sends an email to David Traub saying, "Hi, David, please see Turtleboy inquiry below." And my response, and all his response is to Turtleboy hot takes. It says, "We cannot comment on inquiries related to this or any other subject of an ongoing criminal prosecution." So here's my email, award-winning journalism, at 12:12 a.m. I'm burning the midnight oil, going at it, journalism all night, doing my thing, saying, "I'm contacting you on behalf of Turtleboy Daily News to inquire about the following questions regarding Detective Michael Proctor of the state police. Do the state police have a policy about detectives or troopers investigating crimes in which they are family or friends of at least one party involved?" You can't answer that question? Who decides which detectives will be assigned to the case? And how did Michael Proctor get chosen? Was Michael Proctor off duty when he began investigating the O'Keefe murder in Canton? We're going to later find out he was. So these are good questions. Are the state police aware of allegations made against Proctor in the case of Commonwealth versus Karen Reed? Yeah, I think they are. Are they aware that Proctor misspelled the names of at least 4 witnesses in an official murder investigation? Will they be correcting these mistakes? And have the state police investigated whether or not these were accidents, a huge coincidence, or intentional misspellings? Are the state police investigating discrepancy between Proctor's report that he towed Karen Reed's car from her parents' home in Dayton at 5:30 and video footage showing the car being towed at 4:12? Are the state police concerned that Proctor's lack of credibility in the Karen Reed case will affect the Commonwealth's case against Brian Walsh? These are great questions. You know what I don't see anywhere? I don't see any emails from like an actual, like Boston Globe, from Sue O'Connell. I don't see any of these people emailing David Procopio at the state police and asking these questions. But Turtleboy's out here doing the Lord's work that no one else will do. Before it was cool. And, you know, and then let's see, FYI, Michael Morrissey goes, "Read this." FYI. And this, so Lynn Beeland, Michael Moore, I'm on their radar early on. I'm up their ass onto shit. Okay. What else do we have here? Construction report, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Crash. Okay. So this is the cars report. Northbound. Okay. That's what it looks like. Speed limit 30. Just look at this. Just look at this. Look how unscientific. Pedestrian shoe. Like, this is so inexact. What? All right. So look at this. Look at your scratches, dent, broken toe. Look at look at this, bro. They even wrote it in case you can't see. This is a broken tail, I guess. They really cracked the case on this one, didn't they, folks? They really. This is some good. That's some fine police work, boys. Fine police work there, Joe Paul. You really earned your money this day. Broken taillight. You got to be kidding me with this shit. You got to be kidding me. I located a dent along the rear. What? Where's the dent? What dent? That's the dent? What is it? Dent? Where? Where's the dent? Scratch. Look at this dent. I don't think you understand what a dent is, sir. That's not a dent. That you didn't hit a 210-pound body. Like, what? Dent? Where's the dent? What am I missing here? No, I think that's Proctor's gay shoe I see in the background, I think. Yeah. Glass not associated with the pair of the vehicle a part of the vehicle, and possibly from a cup or bottle was located along the top right of the rear bumper. It also didn't match the cocktail glass. So it's not from that either. But okay. Yeah, okay. 30 miles an hour. Airbags, data control. Oh, yeah, here's the key cycles. Yep. We all know that. Remember the key cycles, those are great. The speed of the Lexus drops from 24 to 23 miles an hour in 0.5 seconds. I mean, that's just so insane. The vehicle did not go 24 miles an hour in reverse. Stop it. I've never read this whole witness statements. Opinions. Throughout this investigation, it was determined to be a collision involving a single vehicle and a pedestrian. The primary cause being the Lexus operator, Karen Reed, accelerated the vehicle at a high rate and struck the pedestrian along the roadway. She then left the injured pedestrian at the scene without providing any type of medical assistance. All of the backup safety systems, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So he actually writes that. Fuck Joe Paul, this autistic motherfucker, this piece of shit. Okay. All right. Anyway. All right, what do we have here? Jessica Hyde. More Jessica Hyde emails. The defense attorney called me telling me he had read my report and asked me to speak. I said I couldn't, that I was heading to a meeting. He said to have his associate email me to schedule me. I was surprised they would call. They did not email. Oh, this piece of shit. And then Proctor responds to 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗃. This is a Proctor email to 𝗃𝗏𝗃 about, and they're talking about the Jessica Hyde email. And he goes, well, that seems a little odd. Why does that seem odd? It's odd to call Jessica Hyde. Why does that seem odd? Get a little nervous there, Proctor? Get a little nervous, pal? All right, what do we have here? May 24th, 𝗃𝗏𝗃 writes to Brian Connors, who then responds and says, thanks, Brian, a shift back towards reality. Today, a hearing occurred at the Norfolk Superior Court regarding the Rule 17. As you're aware, arguments regarding the Rule 17 were scheduled for an evidentiary hearing tomorrow. In the past week, 2 members of the Norfolk State Police Detectives Unit and 2 civilians were served with summonses by the defense. The DA's office filed an opposition to having an evidentiary hearing. The rule and case law do not allow for an evidentiary hearing. In response to our opposition, the court date today was scheduled. Both civilians are represented by their own attorneys, who both filed motions to squash. Isn't it quash, not squash? I don't think you want to squash the subpoenas. Quash. Judge Cannoni allowed the motions to squash. I think the word is quash. There, 𝗃𝗏𝗃. In our favor regarding the evidentiary hearing. She then heard oral arguments and took them under advisement. Long story short, no hearing tomorrow. Yeah, bet you're happy about that. Bet you're happy about that. Wouldn't want to have an evidentiary hearing to, go over the evidence. Wouldn't want that. Jessica Hyde. Oh, she's playing the Alan Jackson email. They are an aggressive bunch. Unbelievable. That's interesting. Give me my money, she's saying. Okay, Jessica really wants her money. What is this one? May 30th, 𝗃𝗏𝗃 to Leonard Koppenrath. Oh, here we go. In an effort to keep you updated on this case, we were made aware today that someone posted Beverly Cannoni's address, I'm guessing, in the comments. It appears to be the property that belongs to the judge. Also, in the posts, there is reference to the judge knowing the brother of a witness. The trial court security was advised, and they will be handling the threat assessment. Turtleboy. Why do they call me Turtleboy and not Aidan Kearney? TB has not picked up on the comment. So what we picked up on the comment? Like I haven't deleted it. See, that's what he's saying here. Somebody posted Auntie Bev's address, and he's like, Turtleboy has not deleted the comment. Bitch, I don't have to. I don't monitor Facebook posts all day. Not like you guys. Oh my God, 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗆. Okay. So if you guys don't know who 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗆 is, he's this fat, greasy fuck, this biggest psychopath I've ever met. If you just Google him and like you'll see, he ran for city council in Leominster when he was like 19. He's a fucking lunatic, and he threatened like other people that ran. He's just a nut job, absolute nut job. He supported the Karen Reed movement initially, but he took it too far and like turned into a nut job. And after a while, he just started going after like a whole bunch of innocent people, like Karen Reed supporters, like Jim Altman got a restraining order on him, and Semolina got a restraining order on him, and this guy Kyle V, he got a restraining order on him, and my dad has a restraining order on him because this guy ordered so much fucking Chinese food to my dad's house and sent the Quran in the mail. That's his calling card, the Chinese food and the Quran. I got the Quran sent to my house like when I moved into my new place where I was renting, and that's his way. And then pizza. Remember, I kept having pizza show up in the middle of the night during a show. That was him. That was all 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗆. He's fucking insane. Absolutely insane. And he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. Luckily now he is in jail for the next 2.5 years. But he will get out and do the same shit all over again when he gets out. Mark my word. Here's an email that he wrote to 𝗚𝗚. He sent pizza to the live event in time. Unbelievable. So he goes, hi, Mr. 𝗚𝗚 on June 9th. I'm contacting you to let you know you are a goddamn fucking moron. That's overreaching. You are a complete and utter fucking joke and a disgrace to the justice system, and to resign and recuse yourself from the Karen Reed case. He's petitioning the government. You've been made a joke, and that hurts your little fucking fragile ego, doesn't it? You know you don't have a case. You can't go around filing gag orders on Karen Reed speaking and kick Alan Jackson off the case because of what other people do, like Turtleboy. You work for me, motherfucker. Not for the McCabe's, not for the Alberts, no one in particular. Deep down, you know the state is going to lose. Your job is probably riding on this, and you have obviously greater ambitions. You are mentally ill and need to recuse yourself. What you going to do? Come after me? Great. Have me barred from the Dedham courthouse? Do it, you little faggot. Here, I'll give you a picture. And then he sends up, this is what he looks like. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, dude. I can't even with 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗆. Thank God. Like, he was embarrassing to have on our team. I knew he was nuts. I'm like, this guy's nuts. He's banned from D&E Pizza. Like, he's insane. And this is Colleen Crawford. How about this? July 26th, the 3 days after the rolling rally, 4 days after the rolling rally to 𝗃𝗏, Colleen Crawford sends Turtleboy YouTube videos, a link. That's all it says. And it just says importance, high, the high importance, Turtleboy. Okay. And this is the motion to gag the defense, July 27th. They're talking about this. They lost this motion, by the way. It's like the only motion the defense won was the gag motion because it was so unconstitutional. All right, we've seen this already. What's this? Is this all part of it? Yeah, this is all gag motion. Yeah, gag motion. Okay. All right. David Traub to Michael Morrissey said on July 27th. So this is after the July 25th hearing. I will be working on this after supper. Working on what? Okay. This is NBC News, ABC News is starting to look into these 𝗵𝗄𝗃 from ABC Nightly News is beginning to look into this whole conspiracy thing. It's like, don't worry, I'll come up with a lie. I've already published these emails. Go back and check my thing. Or David Traub comes up with all these lies to cover for them, blah, 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 blah. We've been over all this. If you haven't read my writings on it, go back and I'm looking for new shit. That's what I'm looking for here. New shit. Huh. If you drank a lot, okay. Hold on. We don't need to read. If I'm just skipping over that, it means we've covered this before. I'm looking for new shit here. New shit. Commonwealth's motion to compel the defendant to comply with the agreed upon privilege filtration procedures. Okay, whatever. We read that. Okay, let's see. I like seeing new emails. Okay, what's this? Colleen Crawford on August 16th. Okay, send shit to 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗃𝗃. Okay, this is nothing new. Here's one. David Traub. Okay, this is about the hostage video. A video statement relative to the ongoing harassment of witnesses in the murder prosecution of Karen Read. This is when they start being like, Turtleboy needs to be stopped. And Michael Proctor sends a text message on September 3rd saying, why aren't we just arresting him? What's the difference? Why can't we just arrest this guy? I don't like him. He's mean. All right. So somehow they thought that would be a good idea. Testing reports. Adam Lally to O'Hara. Okay. CERT did not take any pictures. Okay, we've been over a lot of these. All right, we've been over all this. We've seen all these. Grand jury exhibits. All right. All right, so here's the deal. What's this one? Hold on. No, I've seen these. Okay. Anger. Traub sends an email to Morrissey saying anger over witness treatment in the Karen Read case. Okay. And September 1st. I do not know Julie, but she had sent a request to the Canton chief, which was then sent to me. So this is Julie Crasilio sending this to David Traub and Helena Rafferty and Andrea Campbell. Okay, let's read this one. I wanted to thank you in regards to the statements that the DA made last week. I know you were going to make one regardless of my email, but wanted to let you know that it was appreciated. This has been extremely difficult for everyone involved. I also want to inquire about some of the things Aidan Kearney is doing that I may feel are illegal. So this is where they're getting their idea from, that I'm breaking the law. Okay. Just me, no one else. So what's illegal? What's he saying is illegal here? Starting with the masscourt.org site, Aidan Kearney seems to have an attorney login to that portal. He is not an attorney, which leads me to believe he is using another attorney's credentials or username to access court documents. Here is a picture from one of his blogs, which shows he has access to the PDFs that are not publicly available on that site. Another picture showing what the site looks like to a regular citizen. Yeah, no shit, dipshit. Of course I have a fucking lawyer's login. Obviously, it's not a crime to use a lawyer's login. You idiot. Okay. And either way, I guess I could just call my lawyer friend and be like, can you get these documents for me? And then they could just fucking send them to me. It's all publicly available, dipshit. Okay. My concern with this is that he is posting these documents within his blogs that are not redacted, showing any personal information. The correct process for the public to obtain these specific court records is by going down to the courthouse and requesting them. Yes. When you do this, the way the courthouse staff is able to redact personal and private information, as you will see in the next pictures, Aidan Kearney sells the majority of each of the court documents posted in his blogs, which contains social security numbers, telephone numbers, and addresses. He has a minor, 𝗀𝗄𝗆's name, who's not redacted. Okay, why are you trying to cover shit up? Okay, these people have no life. All right. Another situation I noticed was Aidan Kearney recording one of the state troopers in the bathroom without his consent or knowledge. I'm not sure if the trooper needs to speak back in the video, but in order for it to be illegal wiretapping, I wanted to make sure you were aware. Bitch, there was no one in the bathroom. You idiot. 𝗃𝗍𝗄𝗃 had left. It's a joke, stupid. And lastly, I've personally spoken to someone who has firsthand knowledge of Aidan Kearney and Sean McDonough working directly with the defense. Oh, no. I'm not sure if there are any laws pertaining to that. Oh, yeah. No, there's not. With all that said, I'm not sure any of this is actually illegal. They're not sure. Or enough to be charged with breaking any certain law. However, I feel like something needs to be further looked into regarding the man and these issues. I feel like he's tampering with a murder investigation and taking advantage of the First Amendment. Oh, no. Not taking advantage of the First Amendment. Oh, no. What will we do? Abusing the system and making our judicial system look like it can't be trusted. Oh, no. Heavens forbid somebody makes us think the judicial system can't be trusted. We have to put our faith in 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃. Oh, no. He will not stop. No. When will it end? Oh, my God. Who decides how far this will go? Why is everyone so scared to charge this man? Julie Crisilio and Megan McCabe. They really fucking did that. Wow. 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 So they actually wrote that whole fucking email. It's unbelievable. All right. So for now, we're going to stop there. Page are we on? We are on page like 430 out of 3,494. So we're like 11% done, something like that. We could be here all night. All right. Why don't we take a break there? We'll do some more at the bus stop live and throughout the week. I'm getting a little tired, but all right. Why don't we read some turtle chats and then we'll call it a night, shall we? Good stuff, though. Great job, 𝗁𝗃𝗍𝗂𝗃 and Emily C. You guys are doing God's work, man. God's work. So thank you so much for your steadfastness, and appreciate it. And of course, Nick Rocco. Where would the movement be were it not for Nick Rocco? He's basically the reason. I mean, he's after 𝗃𝗏, it's him and Nick Rocco. Just they did it all, man. He did all the fucking giveaways, and without him, he's the real reason. Okay, let's read some turtle chat, shall we? Whew. Okay. Barbara sends $10, goes, hey, Turtle, love your show. I have a tattoo of my wrist that is my 4 grandchildren's zodiac sign with angel wings around it. Ooh, not too bad. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that, Barbs. Lisa sends $25 and goes, ba, 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 ba. Okay, thanks. J.E. Walsh sends $50 and goes, First Amendment daddy is always my favorite daddy. 10 out of 10 tonight. I brought the fire tonight, didn't I, folks? I did, for sure. I did. So thank you for that. Next. Keelan sends $5, goes, Keelan and the beautiful calico cat April wanted to ask you, but I think you already answered. If Nick is the guy who won $1 million In an interview, I think I saw, he said he's just lucky. I never read the interview. Here's to you and your income that will continue to rise because you're lucky too. One question. Did people really pray on trial days in the second trial? That's kind of strange. I don't think it's that strange, but the prayer circle being exclusionary was kind of weird, I thought, but whatever. The other Mary B sends $5, goes, how about a Raggedy Ann tattoo or your kids' names on each arm in their handwriting? Maybe. I have my kids' birth month flowers on my arm. I'll do your tattoo for free when I visit Mass for the Wilbur. Really? You would tap me up for free, Mary B? That's pretty sweet. Thank you. Nick Rocco's gay sends $10. It says, with Chief Rafferty gone, or if Adam Deitch wins, would you consider filing a criminal complaint against Chicken Parm Charlie for wiretapping in front of his shop? It's on record. You wouldn't even have to prove it. That's a good point, Nick Rocco's gay. Maybe we'll look into that. Tara sends $5, goes, tattoo idea for you. Take some of your top headlines and surround your logo with them. Oh, I like that. I have 16 tats. Most of them are huge. I'm in a sketch pad. Well, that's a great idea. I'll be right back. I just got to take a leak. I can't think. It's one of those times. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. Boom. Let's go. All right. Where were we? All right. We have here. Who's this from? Noellen sends $50 and goes, greetings from Ireland. I had to fake being ill on my honeymoon because Proctor was testifying. But I am delighted that there's a season 3 of this circus. Hopefully, you just get justice for John this time. Yes, it's going to be a very expensive circus at my expense. So I appreciate the $50. That's going to help a lot. Thank you very much, Nolan. Bury the Ratchet, not the Hatchet. Mackenzie sends $5, goes, considering I didn't find you till after you were mentioned on the stand in the first trial, it goes without saying that I came to the conclusion that this was a cover-up conspiracy without your influence. It's outrageous and offensive to anyone with a brain to say that the only way one could think that the plaintiffs might have been involved is because of your brainwashing people after all the shady things that happened in this case. Free Turtleboy. Absolutely. Shelly sends $10, goes, auction off 2 tours of 34 Fairview. Well, I don't live there, so I can't. The profits off one goes to your defense fund, the other to the owners. We'll see. Nightmare Rico sends $10, goes, is anyone FOIAing Auntie Bev's emails? Can judges' emails be FOIA'd? I'm very curious if there's an ex parte communication. What do you think? She probably has a burner for that 𝗵𝗫𝗍, though. Who am I kidding? Yeah, you could try. I mean, talk to Kyle and Emily. They'll be on that. Appreciate that. Joanne sends $10, goes, hey, Depo Daddy. If everyone watching tonight donates a minimum of $10, the small price of a coffee and a donut, we could collectively raise thousands into Aidan's defense fund tonight. We are all watching for our own entertainment. Let's pay a man for this work. We need her help now more than he ever has. A minimum of $10. Let's do it. Let's watch the defense fund grow. Whilst we do our bit tonight, let's go. Love Joanne and Katrina. Well, I appreciate that, Joanne. And every little bit helps. Don't get me wrong. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for your donation. Thank you. And don't worry, we're gonna have a great night at the fundraiser. A great night. We're gonna kill it. May 17th. It's a big night. And did you guys miss it too? I'm going back on Timcast. You guys see how this went down? You got to see this. I think I talked about this during my bus stop live, but it needs to be properly made fun of here on the YouTube presentation. So if you guys don't know what Timcast is, I'll show you. I'll show you Timcast. Let's see. Timcast. So I was invited on Timcast is like a political talk show. This guy, Tim Pool, he wears a beanie. He's very rich and he's been on, he was on, first found him when he was on with, he was on Rogan with, somebody else. He was on Rogan with, it was Rogan, him, and Jack from Twitter. Okay. And he was really good on like political censorship and, whatever, but he's very political. It's a political talk show. And, I'm into that kind of stuff, censorship and blah, blah, blah. I'm into talking about stuff like that. So, his producer, Cassandra Fairbanks, she's from Shrewsbury, actually, town next to me. And she'd been following Turtleboy for quite some time. And she's got a pretty big following herself. And she was looking for more. They're always looking for more guests. He's got a new guest every night. He does a show every night from 8 to 10, 2 hours. And the format is he has one guest on and his usual round table of people. And they talk about politics. And then for like the last half hour, they talk about the guest's shit. Okay. And, usually it's like a political thing. And so I got invited on there and I went down there January 27th. Like the week before I went down there, or like a couple weeks before, fucking Kanye was on there. It was like this great Kanye and Nick Fuentes were on. It was like the craziest episode. Kanye walked out on them and it was just wild. Anyway, then that week, the Monday, I went on a Friday. The Monday, Steven Crowder went on. Okay, and Steven Crowder is a huge name. And so that was like, so this is like a big show. You get invited on Timcast, it's like a big deal. And so I went on there January 27th, 2023, before Karen Reed blew up. And so I was kind of already, people like, dude, this case made you. I was already made. Like I wasn't as big, but I was on fucking Timcast like a couple months before. Okay. Wasn't a nobody. Let's be real. I've been doing this for quite some time. All right. Anyway, that like it was a cool experience going down there. Like he lives in this corner, like they do the show out of his house. Okay. And he lives in this, I flew into DC. He lives in this corner of Maryland that is like right where Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia all touch. Okay. And they fly you down there, they pay for it, and they pick you up at the airport, and then they bring you to the hotel that they pay for, and then they pick you up and they bring you to the house. He lives in this mansion in like the deep woods of Maryland. And it's right near Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, which to me is a history buff, very cool thing, because in 1859, John Brown tried to start a slave insurrection in Harper's Ferry. Many consider that to kind of be the beginning of the Civil War. Didn't work out that way. Nobody showed up. They all got killed. Okay. He's kind of a martyr for abolitionism, whatever. So it was cool for me as a history buff going down there. So I go down there during the day, I walk around Harper's Ferry, and then I go and do the show. And I go to his mansion. It's fucking cool. There's like, he's got a skate park in his house, a basketball court in his house, and, brings me upstairs and we go to it's just chill. It was chill. We go on there and I did, he had a huge audience. He had 1.5 million followers at the time. Now, as you can see, he's up to 2.7 million subscribers. And like a typical show, I'll show you like what let's see who his guests are. Let's see if we recognize anyone here. Hold on. Pick a, like, you see, it's all like Trump and it's politics. So I'm sure we're going to go, when I go on here, we're going to talk about politics. Okay. And so I understand that's not what most of you are here for, but you're going to have to suck up and listen to it anyway. Let's see. Let's pick a random one. What do we have here? Who's this guest here? Candace Owens. No, she's not the guest, is she?
At the very end, okay?
America, what? Right? Idea that someone sends me a script, I'm going to read whatever they want for money. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it feels weird. Why does it?
No matter what it is, it's not happening.
Well, they don't send any scripts, right? They say like, "Say happy birthday to my friend."
Hold on, yeah. And so it's got a cool setup there. It's like in his house, and I got to find the episode where I want it. Hold on, I'm going to find this real quick. Hold on. Give me a minute to find this. Huh. What day did this all happen? Hold on. Am I being sent it right now? Bet you she's sending it to me right now. Episode 603 or 703. Hold on. No, it's 603. 60. Hold on. Gotta find this. Hold on. How come it's not on YouTube? I can't. Hold on. No. Oh, here's the link. Thank you very much. Got it. Copy. All right. So this is when I went on. Let's go back to, let's find the episode where I was on there. So I went on there the night that the Tyre Nichols video came out. He was this black guy that got killed in Memphis by 5 other black ops and died or whatever. And so they're all worried about riots and shit. And the Paul Pelosi video came out that night of Paul Pelosi, somebody showing up at his house, and it's like, oh, this is like in my intro. He's
they just call me Turtleboy.
Yeah, they call me. Oh yeah,
England.
Oh yeah.
I run a media entity called Turtleboy Daily News.
Oh yeah,
broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch because
we go. Yeah. So anyway, so we wore the "Don't Poke the Turtle" shirt there tonight.
Well, after power,
but it's like nice.
This whole.
This is I don't even know. We talked about politics, and then towards the end, they were asking me about like being a teacher. That seemed to be what they were interested in. Anyway, so this is before Kearney was even like a thing. Okay. And so anyway, I'll be back on there. And why am I going to go back on there? Well, funny story about that. Let's check out my Twitter. Because he's got twice the platform now. And this is going to backfire totally on them. Okay. Let's see where it go. Oh, but look at this, by the way. We finished, we did the vanity. Look at that. It's a girl's room now. Isn't that awesome? She's gonna love that. She's in Disney right now. She'll be right back soon. Okay. So here's the history of this. So, all right. So this chick, Lisa, right, is apparently a producer for Timcast, the booking agent. I've never talked to her before in my life. I don't know who she is. And I see Big Red is all fired up. And somebody was asking, like, where she follows me. She has like a good audience. And she's like, I didn't hear about Turtleboy until like halfway through the second trial. She's like, I learned about Turtleboy on Melanie Little. The point here is that more and more people are coming forward and saying that, like, I came to the conclusion she's innocent on my own, you know? And so Lisa tweets that I didn't even hear about Turtleboy until I was halfway through the second trial and already believed she was innocent. And then fucking Big Red comes with her receipts and she's like, sure you didn't, Lisa. You are a producer for Timcast. And he brags about being on Timcast in January of 23. You are a disingenuous, disgusting, lying fraud. And then she's like, it's amazing how people in the content creating media market will lie. Even Kearney's relationship with Timcast. Do they really think they're going to cancel fucking Timcast? Like, dude, he's way out of your league, Big Red. He is way out of your league. He ain't the guy. You're not going to get him to cancel me. Okay. Goes back to January of 2023. Yet this producer for the show is actively on this platform pushing disinformation. Kearney is currently facing a massive defamation suit. Massive. For spewing conspiracy theories and recklessly accusing innocent people of murder. Christopher Matai, who took down Alex Jones, is co-counsel of the suit. I'm pretty sure Alex Jones is still going, but okay. In addition to defamation, Kearney spent the past 3 years torturing the O'Keefe family, calling John O'Keefe the mother, a cunt, every time he spoke, and referring to John's friends and family as maggots who should burn in hell. He's everything wrong with content creators. Hey, Timcast, are all your producers liars or just Lisa? So she's saying Lisa's lying because Lisa's like, I didn't even know what Turtleboy was until halfway through the second trial. And she's like, I was the booking agent, except there's just one problem with that, Big Red. When I was booked in January 2023, she didn't work for Timcast. Cassandra was the one to book me in January 2023. But I didn't even know who Lisa was. And then I see this interaction. So I click on Lisa's page and I click DM and I see she DM'd me in June and invited me on. But I missed it because I was so busy during the trial. It was during the trial. And so she was like, she found out about me then and she invited me. And so I'm like, okay. Oh, nice. Awesome. So she writes back. It's just not, if you work for Timcast, you just don't, they are like a very big free speech platform. Like you're not going to cancel them. Okay. It's like his whole thing is like anti that, like complete opposite of that. Does not believe in that whatsoever. And so she's like, this bitch, Julie Carpenter, talks a bunch of shit and then blocked me. Hey, retard. I didn't book for IRL you weirdo. I didn't even start working for Timcast until June of 23. Somebody else booked him. And I actually didn't even know who he was or that he was on our show until October of last year. She's like, she told me, she's like, I found out that you were on the show because I heard about you on Melanie Little. And then I went to your channel and I watched an episode of your show, and sure as fuck, the Timcast thing, it's like right in the, like, look at the beginning. Hold on. It's right in my fucking intro. Watch this.
My name is Aidan Kearney, known online as
Turtleboy, and is a senior editor for
This fucking thing. It's my
name is Aidan Kearney, known online.
Every episode fucking starts. So she's like, oh shit, he's been on. So she finds out who I am from Melanie Little. She doesn't know I've ever been on Timcast. She clicks on my shit, and the first thing she sees, oh shit, I'm the producer of this fucking show. We got to get this guy back on. And she invites me back on. Okay. Then she goes, yeah, check your facts. Okay. And then, so she reaches out. Somebody goes, if Good Time Julie Carpenter caused this, it'll be the greatest cell phone in history. Oh, she definitely did. Cause I get invited back on because today was the first day I've ever talked to him. It actually reached out. She meant June of 25 during the trial. And originally I didn't think to invite him on, but I started watching the first couple of minutes of his show and I saw Timcast in his montage. So I DM him, inviting him on the show, and he never answered me. And then he saw the tweet today and finally saw my DM. And now he's going to be on May 29th. So thank you, Good Time Julie Carpenter. Because now Daddy's going to fucking Maryland again or West Virginia. And I'm going back on Timcast. And his platform is significantly larger than it was 3 years ago. Okay. And you better believe I'm going to be talking all about all the shit. We're going to talk all about how Karen Reed's innocent and how I'm innocent. And we're going to talk all about the cover up and how this bullshit lawsuit filed by the McAlberts is just another attempt to suppress the First Amendment and silence somebody who knows too much. Because guess what? Timcast eats that shit up. They love that shit. That is red meat for them. They get that. James O'Keefe style shit, about who I talked to in fucking jail, by the way. We became pals when I was in fucking jail. Started talking to him. Like, I built so many, bro, I'm way out of your league, good time, Julie Carpenter. You can't stop us. Like, you just, because of you, I'm going to go on his show, which has 3 million fucking subscribers, and to a whole new fucking audience, I am going to tell them what the Commonwealth did to cover up the murder of John O'Keefe. That's what we're doing. And none of this would have happened if it weren't for you and your retarded ass fucking receipts. This is entirely out of spite for you, Big Red. So good fucking job. I'm sure the McAlberts are going to appreciate that. I'm sure the Commonwealth is going to appreciate that. Will you sue them too? You sue Timcast next? Anyway, that's that. So anyway, let me read some cash apps if we have any. Rebecca sends $5 goes, I meant, have you learned nada? Left arm Stanley. Yes. Okay. Beverly sends $100 and go. Thank you. It says, do a turtle dove tattoo, please. Turtle dove. I'm definitely going to get a tattoo. I'm really excited about the tattoo. I want to do it. Okay. I think that's it. Let me just check the, but don't, you guys are going to see me on there on Timcast. It's his show. He sets the format. So like, it's going to be 90 minutes of politics, which I understand you guys are not here for. So just, it's okay. You see a different side of me. But then we're going to talk about Karen Reed. I can guarantee you that. We will definitely talk about that. I mean, I have a much more interesting story than when I went on in January of 23. I've been to jail. Okay. I have an upcoming trial. I'm being sued. I initially wanted to go on May 8th because I wanted to like build hype before the motion to dismiss hearing on May 14th, but I couldn't do it because I had to bring my son to an orthodontist appointment. So that was too much of a hassle. So we're going to do, and I'm like, okay, what about May 22nd? I want to go on a Friday. They pre-tape on Fridays. And so that way you can go down Thursday, fly down, spend one night, and then fly back out Friday night. So it's not live. Okay. So that was my plan. Right. But then so we were going to do May 22nd. And then she got back to me and she's like, we got Russell Brand on. So, I can't compete with Russell Brand. So he had dibs first. He was there first. So I'm going to go on May 29th instead. So May 29th, I will be there. And, it's going to be good times. Going to be good times. Okay. Let me see if we have any more turtle chats. I don't want to miss anyone. No, we're good. All right. Good night, guys. It's been a great evening, hasn't it been? So I love politics and I love your politics and I can't wait. Don't let that little fuck talk over you. I mean, he said they always let their guests talk. They always let their guests talk. Co-hosting 𝗍𝗫𝗄𝗏. He unfollowed me over that. He followed me after I went on the show. And then he unfollowed me because I started exposing 𝗍𝗫𝗄𝗏 shortly after that. And one of his employees, Shane Cashman, kind of covered for her, and I was very critical of Shane Cashman. So there's that. All right. Anybody else got anything? All right. So we're going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. But this is my left arm. This is actually I'm feeling some. That hurts. That fucking hurts. That hurts. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. All right, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow morning Tomorrow's Monday, right? Bus stop live. My kids get back later in the afternoon, so it's not going to be at the bus stop. It's going to be from my house. I got Wayfair coming here tomorrow, installing a foosball table. I got a foosball table for the basement. I want to turn this in like a game room, and I kind of want to put a ping pong table too. That'd be badass, right? Ping pong table, foosball table. It's going to be dope down there. It's going to be awesome. So, all right, guys. Anyway, I'm out of here. We will we'll talk to you soon. All right. Peace to your bunkries. Outie. And brush your teeth.
Top down, riding down Main. It's a clear night. Screens glowing blue. Got the facts in my headlights. Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗺𝗺 and 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗺, I'ma read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just try to slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow. Every word cut clean like the rims on the 𝗬𝗃 from Boston to Brockton. The whispers all hum. Turtleboys riding in the reckoning gon' come. 𝗬𝗟𝗃 in the back room, 𝗬𝗿𝗄𝗎 on the phone, trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend true. Got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame. This about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the